again! Woo! Ninja throwing us stuff. Remember, people, we're talking about camera etiquette today, so keep your head up slightly, please. Don't necessarily have to look at the cameras, but keep your head up very, very slightly so you're not completely covered in shadow. Hello, everyone! Being the wonderful miscreants that you have found our way onto our overly bright Twitch channel. Now you're here and got your feet in our tepid waters, I guess we better introduce ourselves. We're the bloodthirsty puppets. I am Blood, and I shall kill you where you stand.
I'm Corone. And I'm going to be playing Tepid.
Into the camera, not into the light bulb.
I wondered why I was going blind.
This has gone to a fantastic start already.
On to me, sorry.
I thought we were going to redo his.
I am Tech Puppet, and I will be playing Edits tonight.
I am Killer Kitten, and I'll be playing Lola.
I am Dev, and I will be playing Quinn.
Thank you, thank you. You may notice that we have, along with updating all of the other artwork on our various channels, I've updated the overlay and I think it looks much better. So
did I actually manage to point it right?
You did, you nailed it. You actually moved the correct arm. No, that's your puppet. And then if you point up, that's your name.
Is it above all of us?
Yeah, everyone has it. Everyone
So
has their name. Everyone has a puppet.
Outside.
Lola's, not Lola's. Sorry, I've got the names on here now. I'm going to call you by your character names. I'm so sorry. Killer Kitten's puppet isn't actually her puppet. I just didn't quite have time to make her a proper one. So you have the standard girl puppet.
Okay.
So blonde hair, red top. I'll put red
generic
hair,
woman.
Yeah, you have generic woman. I'm really sorry. I just didn't have time to do them this week. I'm really sorry. Okay, so a couple of rules for chat. Don't be at all about someone's race. Don't be at all about someone's gender. Don't be at all about politics. I can't be dealing with that shit today. And finally, don't be at all.
Or a screwdriver.
Thank you very much. So tonight we are playing. It is Friday Night Spiced. Woo woo! Playing in the Spiced. In Spiced, yes. Playing Spiced in Spaced. I really should stop. Just now.
End of the session.
Right,
Let's wrap it up. What did you enjoy most? At that table.
I think we've been doing this like 10 times now, particularly for this session, and I still can't nail the start this time. So we're doing Friday Night Spiced in the space system, playing Bringing Home the Bacon with our crew. We are down a Mac again today because Mac is still recovering from being disemboweled, and I think he should... Well, he's skiving, that's basically the honest, that's what he's doing right now. He's probably sitting at home doing, sort of... Have to be him. Okay, so a couple of announcements before we properly start. We are playing with exposure rules slightly updated, just to let you guys know. I can't remember if I said this last week.
You did.
You did.
Had a
I
patch.
did. Excellent. It's been patched. Yeah, it's been patched.
Spaced 1.1.
Before we massively start the game, there are a couple of little announcements, little schedule announcements. Yay! That I've been holding on to for a couple of weeks, and I finally get to crack them open. I'm so happy. So I'm going to pass the first Twitch announcement over to Corone.
Okay, so tomorrow, join us at 10, between 10 and 2.
GMT.
For, is it GMT or is it BST now?
I don't know. British time.
BST.
English time.
Whatever
The
time
real
it is
time,
in the
not
UK.
other people's fake time elsewhere.
London time.
I'm bloody colonials.
Anyway, the reason for joining us at that time is that we are going to be launching Puppet Gameplay,
Whoop, whoop.
which is going to be a new feature on the second or third Saturday of every month. We're going to be having some challenges with myself as player 1 and Blood as player 2. Playing some retro games such as like Super Mario Brothers and other stuff, probably some Alex the Kid and some Bomberman, because you can't beat a bit of Bomberman for some multiplayer fun. So yes, join us 10 till 2 tomorrow for Puppet Gameplay.
It's going to be so rad. I'm so awesome. I'm just so excited. Mainly because we're starting Super Mario Brothers tomorrow. Also, you will get to see how truly appalling my game knowledge of old games really is. Despite the fact I really am a proper nerd. The other thing I get to excitedly announce is that starting from the 24th of June, we have World of Chaos Stos, which is run on a Saturday night if you're in America, which is 9:30 till 12:30 over on EST time, or if you live in the UK like us, 2:30 till 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday. It's going to be a regular feature, and it's going to feature myself as a player for once. Whoop whoop. It's going to have my friend Neil from Adventurers Anonymous, my friend Onyx and Casey, and it's going to be DM'd by the one and only Arch, also from Adventurers Anonymous. So I'm so excited. I'm so genuinely excited. I get to play a monk. It's the first time I get to play on our stream role playing. I'm so excited. So that's going to be a thing, which is going to be a very long-term D&D campaign on a Saturday. So check in for that. That's going to be really good. I'm really excited. So we're going to hype the hell out of that. Other than that, we have a bunch of cons coming up. Next Saturday we have the free RPG day at Die Saloon, which is in Brighton, so check that out.
We'll be there.
We will. Most of us will be there, so come and check that out. We also have the 2nd of September. We're doing Reunicon. A bunch of us again are going, and we're going to preview our never before seen new setting. So I'm excited for that. So if you want to come play that, come join us again. Again, that's at Die Saloon. And we finally got confirmation for Furnace, which is a tabletop role-playing convention, and that's happening in October 7th and 8th in Sheffield in an old military barracks called the Garrison. So I'm officially taking over Dungeon 1. I'm so happy.
Wow.
So that's where we're going to be over the next couple of days. So yeah, so much to be announced and much awesomeness coming up. So stay tuned, especially to Twitch. I'm very excited. Right. Okay, so we need to go back to the dice of recapping. I'm going to be number 1. Thirsty, who is not on my right, is going to be 6. That makes Corinne 2. Now, who was the unfortunate person last time? Okay,
Mr. Quinn.
Mr. Quinn. Oh, it looks like Quinn again.
I don't remember a thing. Was it last week that we
It
did?
was last week.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Yeah.
was it last week that we went to the station and picked up the Aerolisk? Was that last week or that?
Yes, that was last week.
Yeah.
That was last week. Okay, so
I tried to
Good
stab.
start.
If it helps, I tried to stab James.
yes, I remember that. Yeah, she tried to stab James. Not really part of the story, so we'll move on from there. That was the very
No,
beginning. I
it's
believe.
an important part of the
It's
story.
important.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
Pissed off
It
James.
happened, therefore it's part of the story.
Well, James doesn't like Lola. Lola doesn't like James. We'll just keep them apart. They'll sit on opposite sides of the room,
Tepid had meaningful conversations with loads of people.
including Mac.
Who wasn't here?
Well, I wouldn't say loads, but we had lots of conversations with the DM using different voices. The people who were actually in the room, he didn't speak to at all.
No.
I think there was also a moving ceremony to your temple.
No,
Your
he spoke, he spoke to me.
Oh yeah, I clicked
Oh, yeah.
that. You can see that on the Twitch channel.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
clips.
great. It was brilliant.
Okay. Anyway, yes, we went to the Nitu war station
Called Imperia.
called Imperia to collect. What's his face? The Aerolisk.
Krita.
Krita. We did it successfully. The end. Shit went down.
Raven.
Details.
Raven.
We won.
Raven.
I even turned up.
Okay.
We lost the
Temple. The
temple
shrine.
out the back, the shrine.
Yeah.
So that's gone. We blew up some shit and pissed off some pirates, but they all died, so it doesn't matter.
Wow, you're so close to having nailed some things.
And
Raven.
the raven
Alright, so
happened
yes,
again.
at the beginning of the last episode, you guys found the signal coming from Krita, your contact, and he basically sent you an SOS saying, "Shit, I need help. I'm in trouble." You took off after this signal. You went into Imperia, where you found out that someone was ghosting you. The ghosting actually happened to be the flying pig, which belongs to Cara Smoky Bacon, which we'll be visiting back later. Helena was on board the ship and exchanged Mac for Keith, and under the explicit understanding that if you have any information, i.e. anyone finds out what's going on, you're all going to be fucked. So Keith needs to pretend to be Mac for a while, and he's with you. You went for a little spacewalk. You found Krita's ship, found he wasn't in there. You went inside. You found Krita, destroyed the guards that were with him. You also set off a bomb which destroyed a lot of pirates. You managed to leave this broken down Imperia in your ship in a very cool move where you literally just walked out the airlock into the next one and then flew off. It was perfect synergy. It was amazing. Great use of
we
energy
jumped
points.
slightly and it swooped through and
Yep.
picked us up.
Perfect use of legendary points there, which was amazing.
After
You had a
playing
minor.
like dead.
You had a minor ship battle where the only real damage to your ship was when Ennis botched and blew up a missile at the very end of your own ship, which actually destroyed the shrine, which was the father's. So now your power core only has a bulkhead between it and open space. So Good job, guys. You've then taken refuge on an asteroid / meteor and got yourself away from all these pirates and the such like, with Creator on board, which is always very good. You made your way towards the planet Tech, which is where Creator has asked you to go to continue your mission, and Mr. Quinn managed to pull out a fantastic crit to find out how to get through all the patrols, the increased security as a result of the terrorist attack way back in episode 2 or 3, where you blew up a part of another temple because you guys are assholes.
I committed an E2 hate crime.
Yes, you committed an E2 hate crime. This is so bad. Whoops.
Unintentional hate crime.
Unintentional hate crime. So that's essentially where you guys are. It's now the 4 of you. You've managed to spot a window, and we'll say it's 30 minutes in the future. It gives you a 10-minute window in which to get down into the planet and land. So, is there anything you guys wish to do?
Why don't you just do the recap?
Because
You do it anyway.
I think it's hilarious to watch you guys struggle, and also I'm really longing for the day where you guys hit 90% of what we did, and then I don't have to do it.
I remember it all, I just need reminding.
That will be a glorious day.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
So. I can always pray. I can always hope. It'll be like gifting the DM French fancies in the form of actual things I can use on stream. It's going to be amazing. Alright, so yeah, is there anything you guys would like to do?
I'm just going to polish my new temporary shrine.
Yes, which is in the armoury, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a little ditty. Oh, Wednesdays.
Alright, so unless there's anything,
Well, we've got a gap in 15 minutes from what I remember the last session.
I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say 30.
Okay,
you have 30
fine.
minutes. It gives you enough time to do something. should you
Okay.
wish.
Well, I finished building the camo sheet to go over the top of it last session, didn't I?
Yep.
So that's ready to go as soon as we land. Not really any time to do anything useful in 30 minutes, so I'm going to tell everyone to strap in. Because things may be about to go south. Also, can someone man
Things
the
are about
guns
to
just in
get
case we need
bumpy.
to take anyone out?
Okay, is anyone going to man the guns?
I'll go man the guns.
Good job. Alright, so are you allowing Keith to fly you in, or is someone else
You
piloting?
did pretty fucking well, so, you know.
Keith, Keith
I
is
was
trained
gonna
by the
pilot,
top pilot in the entire system.
Oh, I'm going to pilot. It's my ship.
Kick him out of the
Keith
way.
sits back and just watches you do it. He doesn't make any comment, unlike his wife, who would be making comments on your posture and such like, but he's like, nah. He's a pretty chill guy. Keith is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to kick him out in a nasty way. I'm just going to be like, do you mind if I take this one in, Keith?
No, please. This is your ship, not mine. I feel like dancing with a friend's wife. It seems rather inappropriate, so he gets out and sits around somewhere else. I'm going to say that James is also in the cockpit. Mr. Quinn is up in the guns. You're currently flying. What are you two doing? Is
Oh.
anyone taking navigations or comms?
I'll do comms.
You take comms?
I suppose I will take navigations.
Okay. You are in the same room as James. Do you need to have a chaperone?
No, I am good.
Okay, alright, fantastic.
I assume James will just sit the opposite side of the room to her or something.
Don't forget to keep your heads up a little bit, guys. Don't need to look in the floor. Look at one another. That's probably better. If you look
Okay.
at one another, you're perfect head-looking height.
But I
Fine,
don't
right,
want to
nice.
look at Andy.
Or you can look at him, or you
Him,
can look
that's
at Graham.
fine.
That's fine. Just,
I'm
try
just
and
stare
keep
lovingly
your heads
into
up
his
a
eyes anyway. So that's fine.
bit. Oh, you people are weird. One day you guys will get this thing naturally. Posture people, you should have your head up in there. Okay, in that case, I'm going to need some piloting checks, please. If you would like assistance, you can get them from navigations and comms, but that's entirely up to you. You have been given pretty strict instructions from Mr. Quinn on how to get through it.
Yeah, I assume you're reading out coordinates
Yeah,
to me.
you would know. He's given you pretty good coordinates
you
on
like
how
some
to
help?
avoid the incoming patrols that are actually around orbiting, and the patrols close to the landing site, which is on the southern hemisphere. Pretty close to the South Pole, but not at the South Pole.
Could do. Probably the best idea, actually.
I think that will help.
That
just
will
quite
help.
nicely.
Yeah,
really.
that will aid.
Crit
You got a crit
I got-
or
for
communications.
helping.
Are you
He's-
helping
he's
with
doing
communications?
communica-
So we say you're on communications.
Okay.
It's a crit. Okay, fantastic.
I got a 9.
You got a 9 crit.
Critically hear nothing.
As you go in, as you're I'll say with a crit and a 9.
You managed to pick up DJ Moon.
DJ, you suddenly hear DJ Moon's
Do
like,
we manage
"Whoa,
to,
we're
like,
coming through, baby!" And you're like, "Well, we need to avoid that."
do we like ride the tide of dubstep down to the planet? Because that would we're surfing on the dubstep beats.
Alright, you crank the radio all the way to 11 and you just hear... and you through like however means you can, you manage to phase the dubstep out so that you hear like you know the odd ship which was like 2 or 3 minutes late for its patrol or whatever, and then you're like, oh yeah, dodge this way, dodge that way, and between you manage to get yourselves basically below the patrol, so you're kind of at the point where you're about to try and find somewhere to land. So I need navigations to take a check for me, please. See if you can find somewhere decent to land.
Go navigations.
What's the navigation bit?
Plus
Pirating.
3.
It's
Ship operation.
operations.
Okay. 10.
A 10. Alright. You look there and you find that there's a so most of what this planet is essentially mostly desert world. It's very, very hot. I mean, you being in a little spaceship, you don't care too much right now, but this place is exceptionally hot. There's it's essentially mostly desert, burned down remains, kind of ruins here and there of the old Me2 establishment. And you find a place which is near to the rainforest on the South Poles, and it doesn't appear to be surrounded by any ruins, and it's essentially just desert, but you're probably within about an hour's walk of like the nearest village. This village will probably be the only thing, you know, the only real Me2 civilization in the area for quite a while. It's centralised around water, this particular bit. So you're in the middle of nowhere, you're far enough away that you can't be spotted, but close enough that you could walk to the nearest place with water. So, this is where you find. I need you to take a piloting check to land, please.
I'm going to use a legendary point.
Wow, that early.
That's better.
Burn them while you got them.
That will be a 13.
Yep, you nailed the landing. You like, what? You have that kind of like, what? Hang on, what the fuck am I doing? Dump, and you just land perfectly on this house. Okay, you guys have sorry, I really should have gotten some
I
more.
think it's funny that like you realise suddenly that landing in a like open empty space is actually quite easy.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult. I was just wondering whether you completely like sunk your ship in the sand. That was kind of what I was checking for. It's like you went on some very loose sand. Oh, what are you looking for?
There should be a Dr. Pepper in it for you somewhere.
Yeah, it's over here.
So,
Oh, you've got it. Okay.
That was kind of water because it makes my throat sticky.
Okay.
I have to wait till the break. It's what you get for not being prepared. Idiot.
I listen to other DMs.
Yes. Yes, my 3 pieces of DM advice this week: have water, not fizzy drinks, though.
Or man it up and have ginger beer.
Yeah, but ginger or beer.
Other than that,
Other than that, yeah, it's a great idea. Okay, so yeah, you land. You guys are about an hour out from the nearest village. Say village is probably shrunk down to the size of a village, but in comparison to the rest of civilization and its population, it's quite dense. It's probably would be considered like a large town or a city, despite the fact there's probably only about 30-40 people there. There's really not a lot of people left on tech.
so Krita, which way?
He points towards the village. It's the only thing nearby.
So is that what we're here to destroy?
The ruins itself are, I don't know the exact location, but I have arranged for a guide to meet with humans. Not me. I would not be accepted here. And that's blatantly obvious. He's a big fucking Iralisk. They're all need to. They should take us to the location of the ruin.
So these guys, who do they think we are?
They just think that you are pilgrims for Smay.
Do we have any Smay outfits?
do we need them?
Well,
Don't.
remember the bit about not leaving any trace? Walk into a village, you're going, hey, there's a trace.
It's true.
Sign a fake name on the sign-in papers. I don't know.
You
We'll be
people
fine.
don't seem competent. Perhaps perhaps Gertrude was not
Who's talking at the moment? Sorry?
Krita.
Krita, okay.
Don't worry, Krita, we got
We
this.
only have Krita, James and Keith is pretty chill. And from James, it's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
always
sorry.
been that for James.
Yeah, sorry.
No matter what James' voice, and it's always going to be that. It will change from week to week, but that will never change.
Yeah, okay.
Krita's quite stilted in his speech. He struggles with trade.
Yeah.
Off we go then. The Tepid just walks out.
as soon as you open the airlock, you guys can feel this dry heat just go, and it almost instantly dries all the spit in your mouth, all the spittle and everything. You suddenly feel like you just need to drink a crap ton of water. It's very, very hot. It's not that kind of like, it's not a damp heat. It's not like humid or anything. It's very, very dry, and it almost feels like, you know, every sweat, every spittle, everything just dries.
Cucumber, would the suits help to strip the heat?
They would make, yes, to a degree, but it would still be exceptionally hot, and it'd be quite heavy because don't get on with you in space. You're bouncing around and feel the effect so much.
We might stand out a bit.
Yeah.
Walking around in EVA suits.
And so we're just going to have to man up.
Man up, strip down, probably. Okay, I want.
I'm gonna stay covered. I don't
How
know
about
why.
we go for some
Lose my
knowledge
skin.
checks, guys, or survival checks, which will be
Survival
basically
doesn't
intellect. Which
Yeah.
basically be intellect or
Intellect.
endurance.
Knowledge.
If you can justify a roll to me, we'll go with it, and we'll basically work what your
11.
characters know about this particular stupid place.
I'm going to intimidate
No.
the sun.
No, legendary.
You can botch, it's fine. We can tell you your information.
Yeah,
I got
there's
a
plenty for you
15.
to roll. You got a 15
11.
with what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay.
11 with knowledge.
11 with knowledge.
9 with knowledge.
Only knowledge. You botched.
I botched.
Alright, between the rest of you think it's a great idea to walk out there in, like, you know, head to
bikini.
toe. Yeah. You think, like, it's alright, it's pretty warm. It's like being at the beach. I remember the beach. The beach was amazing. And there's sand outside, so it's like a beach, right?
Yeah.
And you think that walking out there in a bikini and, like, you know, slathering, like, baby oil over yourself or something would be great, so you can get that nice, crisp tan really, really quick. And then the guys are like, no, you should never do this. Yeah, you're well aware that you need to keep some sort of wrapping on that. You don't want to be drinking a lot of water. You just want to keep swishing it around. So you drink too much water, it'll basically make you not great. Especially because you don't have a lot of water on you, so you just need to keep yourselves mostly hydrated.
Do we have enough water to get there and back with what
Yeah,
we
yeah, it's
normally
about
be
an hour
carrying?
walk, but it's exceptionally hot.
Okay.
Okay.
I
You
was
would be
just-
carrying a lot. You have water on your ship, but you don't have a lot to carry it in because you would just drink it on the ship or put them in your water skins.
Yeah.
Water skins.
That's
Please,
what I mean, I
please
just didn't
stop
know
me
we
from
had
going
to-
out in a
well,
bikini.
I don't know, it'd be kind of tempting.
You are a particularly fine specimen of womanhood. So.
I don't think anyone's
We
going to
want to
argue
keep
this
her that
stuff.
Don't
We
want,
might at
like,
least advise you to like some suntan or
a
something.
peeling lobster on the way back.
That would be so funny.
Although in remembrance, I guess that kind of creature is a bit more like a lobster, I guess, with his carapace, and he's actually a very, very
Yeah.
dark marine red.
And look around for some cloth. Or like a scarf or something.
Oh, I think I've stated this before. There are scarves on here.
I
I'm
have
pretty
a
sure they're
scarf.
Helena's.
Yeah, and then
Yes,
gave
the
me a
Helena
scarf.
has scarves on here
I'm
for
going-
whatever goddamn reason.
I'm going to grab the most flamboyant one and just
Okay.
wrap it around my head.
It's a bright turquoise and bright pink.
Okay.
You don't think you've ever seen her wear. In fact, you're probably sure that she's never worn any of these scarves. And you're not really sure why she has them.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
it's quite sandy, I'm assuming.
going to wrap it
Yes.
around my head like
Any
an
wind?
Arab.
Yeah. So you're going to give yourself a proper head
Yeah.
covering.
Yeah.
And you're wearing a suit, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep, you're wearing a suit. You'll probably be okay. You're going to get exceptionally hot and it'll be very, very uncomfortable.
But also
I'm
being
going to
naked
do the
also
same,
being
but I'm going to
exceptional.
soak the scarf first.
I like your thinking.
Done.
You did get a 15.
You got a 15. I will take that. I'll accept that.
I'm
I'm
just going
gonna-
to see what he's doing and decide to imitate.
That's fine.
I'm going to emulate.
You're going to emulate.
And you're going to get your bikini out.
I'm just going, what are you guys doing? It's lovely outside.
And I'm thinking that the bikini. I'm looking at the rest of them, thinking sort of like, maybe they have a bit of a better idea, and I decide to sort of like cover myself up a bit more.
Yeah, you get a rather strange look from. At the best of alien knowledge that you know, you think you're getting a strange look from Creature initially, and then you wrap up. He's like, oh, okay, fair enough.
It's difficult to
Creature
tell with that
doesn't
many eyes.
actually do anything. He just seems to be perfectly happy to meander out there. Are you taking Keith with you? Who are you leaving behind? Are
I
you
thought we were
taking
going to leave
Creature with you?
all of them behind because he just said he'd be standing like a sore thumb.
What about Keith?
I was going to leave him on the ship. I was going to leave everyone on the ship because what do we need them for?
The fact that Keith is basically a trained sniper. His perception is pretty fucking high.
Keith.
So is mine.
Okay, so
You
we'll
wanna
step back.
pop
So
out
basically,
with us?
Keith is essentially Mac,
Yeah.
but with a better personality that you can get along with.
Okay.
Can we keep him?
No, because I like Mac.
But-
Keith is pretty chill. Keith is like the chillest guy.
Okay.
I need my drinking buddy.
Keith, do you fancy a stroll?
Whatever you need.
Here's a scarf.
He takes the scarf, he sees what you guys have done, dips it in the water, wraps it around his head. He exchanges out his long black, like, oh no, because he's wearing fucking, oh man, he's wearing Mac stuff, isn't he? Oh man, Mac has a trench coat now, doesn't he? He has a duster coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll keep the duster coat, he doesn't.
Plus, we need to make it look like we have Mac with us.
Yeah, exactly. It's up to you, you don't have to take Keith, it's just that he's trained in perception, so.
Okay.
It's entirely up to you guys. Also, if you want to do a quick assassination, he's probably your guy.
Yeah, but we're here to blow something up, aren't we?
You don't know exactly where it is yet.
Anyway, I'm going to take my flamethrower and my grenade launcher with me.
Okay.
Because I can actually use my flamethrower this week.
Okay, that's fine.
I've taken some of my stuff off to the thing, it's a bit lighter.
That's fine. I'm not. As long as you can justify to me that you can carry all this stuff reasonably without being heavily encumbered or any of that crap, I will roll that. I don't want to. I'm not going to nitty gritty what you in pounds what you can and can't carry. Just
cool.
Be reasonable with it. Okay.
Off we go then.
So you're leaving Krita behind. You're leaving James behind.
Yep.
You are taking Keith. He doesn't have to come. Just
We'll take Keith with us. We need to make it look like Max with us.
I'm just thinking it'd be handy having someone that can fly the ship in case we need extraction.
Yes, but we do still
James
need to make.
can fly the ship.
Okay.
Just not as well as Keith.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do need to make it look like Max with us.
True, yeah, right, good point. You should. We've got a scarf for Keith, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like kind of make sure it's kind of covering his face fairly well, so he can kind of like no one who would be able to get a description.
With that, you actually make sure that his like ratty ass ponytail sticks out the back because that's Mac's thing.
Yeah.
You make that blatantly obvious like round the scarf, and he thinks it's a bit odd, but he rolls with it.
Yeah, cool. Right, and you're gonna have to answer the Mac while we're here, just so you kind of like.
I will answer to Mac, but I will actually be answering to Mr. Quinn. That's my orders. Answer Mr. Quinn and shut my mouth.
Sounds good.
Right, he shoulders his rifle and he follows you guys out. Okay, you from navigation you got a 10 or a 9 that you got.
10.
You got a 10. That's close enough. Yeah, it's good enough. You know the direction of where you're going. You know how far it is, and after about an hour of trudging, I need everyone to make endurance checks for me, please.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Nice.
Would it be physical endurance?
Yep. You do physical endurance.
Sweet.
Or is it a mental endurance?
Justify.
I am trudging through heat. It's willpower to get
Yeah.
there. Pure willpower.
Okay. Then you are rolling a mental endurance. Are you doing the same?
Yeah.
No, you agreed with them, so you're doing the same. What are you guys doing?
I
doing
don't think it
physical
matters.
endurance.
I got a crit.
Yeah, you don't give fuck. I realise that you don't give fuck. So what are you doing?
Physical endurance. I'm just trying to keep my thing over my head wet and try and make sure I drink the
And
correct
carrying a
amount of water.
flamethrower and all your other random grenade launcher.
Well, grenade launcher isn't actually particularly heavy. It's basically just a tube.
Yeah, I know.
Grenades,
I know it's particularly heavy, but
The flamethrower is quite heavy, but
it's
again,
bulky. Is kind
yeah.
of what I was thinking.
It's about the same as carrying a pistol and a rifle, I guess.
Yeah, it's just bulky. That's
Yeah.
all. Okay. Can someone roll an endurance? You can roll endurance for
Oh,
Keith for me,
God.
please. He's going to go physical. Actually, no, he's going to
I
go
rolled a
mental
7.
by. Yeah, he just makes
Yeah.
the check actually. All right, everyone. Anyone get above a 10?
I got a 10.
I got a 10.
I got 15.
And you correct.
Yeah.
You all don't take any endurance at the moment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
all pass.
Any
So does
exposure.
Keith. Yeah, that thing. Exposure. You're picking it up.
Tebbett's just floating along the sand, singing a little ditty to himself.
Don't get me wrong, it's a shitty place. It's I can't tell you how hot and oppressive this place is. But after about an hour of trudging, you keeping an eye on where you're going, checking against your little PDA there. I'm gonna give it a better set of initials one day. Remind me to do that next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you check against your PDA, you find out where the location of this village is, and you make your way there. And probably about 10 minutes out, you guys see as you start coming over the peak of a dune, at the very bottom of this, you can see that there's a small oasis, and around this oasis there are some buildings. This is the only thing that you've come across recently, but you can see that buried in the sand, in fact buried just below you, you can see the remains of some very big buildings, for example, skyscrapers which have basically all just fallen apart and come down. There are a couple of trees here, but they've been charred black just from the extreme heat and various fires have taken part around here. And you can see a small village of Nitu meandering around at the bottom there.
So note, it should be called the HAT, Hacking Assistance Terminal.
Please write that shit down. hacking assistance terminal. The fact that it's spelled
HAT.
hat is what makes me smile the most.
It's your hat.
It's like
Because then we can also say if you got your hat without sounding really suspicious.
That
Put
is
your hat on.
actually a very. That is. I'm going to give you a legendary point
Yeah!
for that.
Well done.
Because that is amazing. Yes, not only does that make an amusing acronym which I adore, you can use it in subverted means to say, have you got your hacking tool? I'm going to add that in.
Well
Hacking assistance tool.
Now I have 2 times I've written the word hat into my head.
You have your hat and you have your hat.
You have your hat and your hat. That is amazing. That
In
just
italics.
makes me so happy.
That's a point. Our Stetsons are like perfect for this weather.
Yes, they are. They're amazing for this weather. You guys like crashed over the tune like Los Arabia.
Like looking like half the Dirty Dozen.
You're the filthy 5.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, you Chris is Junior, you can see all these like remains of like this clearly was a bigger
Village.
well, basically would have been a town at some point.
Yeah.
And it stretches out quite. You reckon you've got about 10-15 minutes to get to where you can see like the most of the Nitu in the shacks that they built in the ruins of this old town. And yeah, they're just small oases and a small spring of water, basically forming the centre of this. It's like they've built around.
And I'm assuming it's this town basically we need to just blow up.
I'm not saying a word. You can assume what you wish.
We have a contact to speak to.
What was that god, by the way? It was.
Something at the
Smay.
beginning of
Shmay.
Smay.
Shmay.
What do we know about Shmay?
Shmay.
Before we
I
go
love
in
how you
there.
add this C in the H in there. It's a smay. Smay.
Shmay.
Smay.
They may correct you on this.
It's Smay.
Not
Smay. It's Smay.
We're pilgrims of Shmay.
Not
Well, the pilgrims
Shmay.
who like to say
Smay.
Shmay.
Anyway, Smay, the goddess of wrath, she is the hammer of justice, the punishment fairly meted out by the just and the righteous souls of Cyrano against those who do. Sorry,
Doesn't
Cyrano.
matter. I don't give a fuck.
Against those who do wrong. Her devout followers are required to ritually bind themselves as justice should be blind to all but the truth.
Ritually blind themselves. Because ritually binding themselves.
Oh, sorry.
Sound like an S&M dungeon.
Sorry. Blind themselves.
Oh, we should have rolled with that because then we
In
could
that
have all
case-
appeared.
Before we go down,
Oh,
the
it's
bit, it
linked.
might be an
We
idea
misread
to
it and
arrange
turned up all-
scarves over our eyes.
Yeah.
It will kind of
You'll be
give
able
more
to see
credence.
through the stars. They're
Yeah,
only very thin.
that's the
Yeah.
whole point. But
It
it'll
would be
make us,
great if you
it'll make
could
us
see
appear
it.
like we're more dedicated to Smay because we've effectively kind of tried to blind ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not devout followers because I'm not ritually blinding myself.
No, but we can like we can be like impure. But
Impure followers.
You are
we're
impure.
working up to it.
Their aim is to see justice, not revenge. And all those things are weighed in the goddess's mind, and suitable justice shall be served on all.
Cool. So I'm going to adjust my scarf over my eyes, so basically I
Main
can still
temple
see through it,
located.
but it looks kind of like I've tried to blind myself.
Their main temple is a mystery to almost all but the most devout. The devout knowing the temple... The devout knowing the temple is on the south pole of Tek, where the goddess first met the Nitu.
This is the information you gained from the leader of the Rude
So we need
Yeah.
to go to the South Pole.
We're in the south.
We're in the south pole.
Perfect.
Job done. Let's go home, lads.
That's why you landed on the southern hemisphere near the
Yeah.
South Pole.
I'm glad you're here,
He
Mr.
hasn't
Quinn.
outwardly said, by the way, that it is the Temple of Smay. He hasn't outwardly
Right.
said that.
No, but I'm going to go there dressed as like a Smay person so I can kind of claim I'm there to view them.
Okay, so we hide our eyes with the scarves.
It's good to know. It's very good thinking. I'm quite proud of you. I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have done that.
Have we
I
got-
don't suppose it's worth another legendary points.
I feel like it's worth an air kiss.
Oh.
Hey, fuck you, I'm your wife.
You prefer legendary points?
Yeah, come on. Holding out
You
me.
loved me, you give me a legendary point.
Exactly.
I'm just such a child.
Are we there yet?
Alright,
Yeah.
it depends. Do you guys want to continue checking these out? Do you want to scope the area out for anything in particular? Or do you just want to
We have a
brazenly
contact.
walk in
Are there
there?
any guards or people on patrol?
Take a perception check.
Can I see a temple?
Oh, yes.
I think you
Take a
might have.
perception check, and then take a perception check for Keith as well.
Okay.
Not you.
Oh, okay, fine.
What did you just crit for?
I'm also keeping an eye out for that, like, you know,
7. I
dark
roll.
feathered one.
You what, sorry?
For Keith, 7 plus his perception.
Legendary reroll.
Key C state thing.
That's your second. No, you didn't use it.
I haven't used it the first time.
What is this for?
Perception. She says, because you see a temple.
Is it really worth the legendary point where we could just walk into town and ask?
I did
Yeah.
also just crit, by the way.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
What did you initially get?
3, so 6 altogether.
You're aware that there is clearly, you can see with like your bugger roll perception that there does appear to be like a road that's been well travelled, a path. But you kind of can't. You can see that loads of footprints everywhere, and you're pretty sure there's a path, but you can't discern exactly where it is. What did you get?
I got a crit.
You got a crit. You see everything ever. You're aware that actually there aren't any patrols. There are no guards. People are going about their business. There is a couple of humans, and you can also see here that there are a couple of Gendar, which is quite odd in this particular ridiculous dry heat. You know,
Yeah.
they're specifically like
Are they
wetter,
slightly
warm.
shriveled?
Yeah, that's not so much. But you're aware that they're kind of like wet areas, and they're definitely staying close to the pool.
Yeah.
But they're having conversations, and as you're walking down, you can see that some of them are in conversations with people who look like guides, and they are going off and following this like pathway, definitely south towards. Actually, just up and over the dune. That's pretty much all you can see at the moment. But you can definitely see that there are pathways. There's a pathway going directly south, a pathway heading out east, and you see the one heading out east splits in like 2 or 3 different directions, and they are well travelled. The one south, not so much.
Do we have radio contact with the ship?
I'm gonna say yes.
Excellent. Should we actually, now we're here and we forgot to ask questions, should we ask questions and find
To
out where we need to
Creta,
go?
We should
Yeah.
probably find out the name of the person contact we're meeting as well.
Name of the contact and where, what he wants
What he
us
wants
to
us to
actually
blow up.
blow up. Yeah.
Hello, Creta.
Creta!
James comes on the headset. Hello.
James, are you Creta?
Not today, Father. Do you need me to
Can
be?
you get Creta for us, please?
Yeah, hang on a minute. He's spitting on himself. One
Don't
moment.
put us on hold.
And he puts it on hold. he
James,
puts the headset near the radio, so you can just hear this like heavy like dubstep beat.
From
It's
DJ
like
Moon.
the deepest dubstep drop ever. It's just like boom, 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 boom. This is all you guys actually hear. And then the music kind of quietens down, and Creta is on the headset.
Hello, Creta.
Hello.
We're here now.
Great. Have you found the contact?
Who is he? And what does he look like?
She. I have a name. I have no description.
Oh, don't
And
worry. I'll
her
yell the
name-
name out in a minute.
Oh god. It's going to end well. You guys can all hear this, by the way.
I assume she's a Nitu.
She is a Nitu. And her name is... Please say I didn't forget to put her name down. I wasn't going to make something up. Ah, here we go. Her name is Briark.
Briark!
Ow! You hear across the headset as you yell out into the distance. You get some strange looks. As a few of these people like wandering around just kind of stare at this strangely like completely wrapped face with Stetson hat on, wearing a bright white suit, yells for one of their own in like the most bastardized version of their language they've probably ever heard.
It's okay, he's
very
off.
wide berth.
I'm going to put an arm around the father and guide him into the village now that we've announced ourselves like a bunch of freaking bandits or something.
He's on day release!
We didn't even get around to asking what we need to blow up. And they have like full attention on us. We were very quietly just like, do you happen to know what we're trying to blow up here?
Yes, there is ruins on the South Pole.
Is it the Temple of Smay?
He pauses for an inordinately long time, very awkwardly, and then, yes.
Excellent.
Is this going to be a problem? It is not why I wish to
No,
mention
not
it.
at all.
We're just making sure we don't want to blow up someone's house or something in mistake.
But a temple is
Exactly.
fine.
If it's the mission.
Yes.
Perhaps
If that is
Gertrude
what's
was
required.
not wrong. You are not as incompetent or moral as
No,
I
we,
thought you might
we
be.
just give off that impression.
Not only are they incompetent, but they also have morals!
It's like, what? Apparently you are more competent than
See,
he expected and less moral than he expected.
If people think we're incompetent, then they are more helps with the surprise. They just ignore us and we get to go about our...
Can you take a perception check on me?
It's like somebody watching us, just like
Probably.
hello.
We're just wandering into the village discussing.
I'm gonna assume that you're not actually doing the childish motion of doing that when you're talking to your headsets because
Yeah.
you're trained professionals, but
Yeah.
for the sake of us,
For the sake of
knowing-
people seeing
Yeah.
what you're doing, it makes sense.
to have it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just obviously I know you guys aren't actually that stupid.
7.
7. You realise he probably put the headset down like 3 or 4 minutes ago, and you're just talking to yourself.
Greta, I think we've been cut off.
I think we can do it on our own from here.
Yeah, I think we've got this.
Okay, so
You guys are
Cucumber.
well versed. Yeah.
Sorry, cucumber.
Yeah, go for it.
How dare you blow up my temple?
What?
It's May.
Oh.
It's her neck. But to be
Dare
fair,
you
his
blow up-
neck got literally blown out, hollowed out. He got blown out of the
Got
sky,
completely-
hollowed, used as a spaceship, and then blown up again.
Alright, that's fine.
I think he's had far worse punishment. Yours is just
True.
a temple
That's
of
fine.
you, not actually. It's
You,
not
me.
you that's in
Yeah.
trouble.
Okay.
Well, you'll find out. Maybe.
Oh.
Possibly, potentially.
Nice.
No!
Who knows? You guys haven't gone there yet. Alright, so you guys are properly into this village now. Most of the Nitu give you a pretty wide berth, and they are talking predominantly just. Even the Gendal are speaking. The few Gendal that are wandering around here are going. And even a few of the humans, the very few that you see wandering around here, are all speaking Nitu. They don't seem to pick up any traces at all of any common being spoken, of any of any trade being spoken. You don't pick up any human being spoken at all.
can I see anyone who looks like a law official?
You crit, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you ride that. Yes. So I'm gonna say you're walking into like the main, what you consider like the main street, the main highway, whatever. And straight ahead of you, you can see that obviously the pool, the waterway, lots of people around, and obviously talking and drinking, and you know that the such like. And you can see this one Nitu female, and she's probably approaching 7 and a bit foot, and she's very tall, very thin. And she walks with the air of someone who owns everything she sees. But nobody seems to be like scared or worried by her, but she seems to be walking around and looking and talking, and occasionally children will bump into her, and she turns around, pushes them back towards their parents, like don't be in trouble and move them on. And yes, you spot this female almost instantly.
Okay. I'm like, to the rest of these guys, fairly quiet. I'm like, we should probably check with her if she knows who, if she can direct us to our guide, whose name was
Bria.
Briark,
I should make a note of that.
This is why you have notebooks, people.
because Smay is considered to be like a law and order type. It's probably best if we ask some kind of law and order person. They're more likely to be sympathetic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's still no the Nita and that they're not paying any attention to us.
They are giving you a wide berth. It's not that they're not paying attention to you, they're just giving you a wide berth.
I'm just going to be friendly and sort of raise my hand and smile, like Allah.
And she just runs away.
What, 7.5 foot woman or something
No,
else?
just-
She just
Sorry.
giggles,
I'm
girl.
so sorry. I went, there's a couple of small children running around and they just smile and laugh at you. Oh, I forgot.
This is 7.5 like mature matron going, oh, just rubbing her eyes.
I'm so sorry.
Huh?
No, that was brilliant.
I
Carry
really
on.
need some water. No, there are a bunch of children running around and they just wave at you and then laugh and run away as if they were doing something naughty.
Okay. So yeah, we'll approach the large Nitu woman.
Kiss, kiss.
Allah.
So I'll greet her in trade.
Kiss, kiss.
Do you speak Trade?
Not that heavy accent she does. Yes. You choose not to speak the language of this planet? She gives you a very stern look.
Yeah.
As I bow to her and say, in my cause, all is equal, so I speak in a way all can understand.
Take a charisma check for me.
Does that manipulate?
Straight charisma.
could use a legendary point. Crap.
Isn't that your second legendary?
Crit.
Oh, well used.
Legendary crit.
No,
Oh,
because you
legendary
rerolled.
reroll.
Yeah, but I used a legendary
No,
point.
no, you don't get it back.
Fine.
You have to declare that shit first. You just legendarily make up your fuck up. That's all you're really doing. The Nitu woman, she looks around. A fair assessment. What can I do to assist you?
I'll say we have come here looking for Briark.
I believe Briark is working with the tour guides to a very particular place, but she's not in good standing. I can recommend others for such a task.
Who would you recommend?
We already have an arrangement. We prepaid.
Are you doing this in common, or are you doing? So are you doing this
In
in
trade.
English or
No, I'm
trade?
speaking to her.
You're speaking to her in trade. Okay. You do not wish for a more reputable guide. You wish for one known to me as a troublemaker.
Well, we've already paid, you see.
Everyone should be judged in accordance with their actions.
And
I agree with
have
your
judged
thinking.
her.
But I have not.
Has Smay judged her?
I, as a father, judge too. Yes.
She
Keep up
gives
with me
you
and the
a
father going full religious.
She gives the father the barest glance at him and then looks back at yourself. It's like, she has been judged by our laws in accordance with Smay. She has been judged and has served time. But should you really wish for her services, she points towards the fountain, and you can see actually this really rather short Nitu woman, which is pretty odd because the Nitu females tend to be a lot larger than the males. She's very wiry. She has very dark brown and dark red scales, and they literally go from red down to brown, almost like unlike most of the other Nitu where they're just a singular colour or very shades thereof. She literally just goes from one colour down to the other, and she is just sitting on the edge of the well, on the edge of the wall around the oasis, and she just seems to be casually flicking stones across the water, not really saying much. Can I, since I think you would probably have a better chance, go for a perception check for me?
6.
You can see that she's just looking around, not really doing much, just flicking stones across the water.
Can she see us?
You are not particularly sure. She just needs to be looking around, throwing stones across the water and skimming them across the best she can. She's got some good skips on these stones.
Does she have rogue stamped on her forehead?
So far as you're aware, she has "Go fuck yourself, we don't do classes here" stamped on her head.
Anyway, now that we've been pointed out to, I'll bow respectfully to this woman and say that once judgment has been served, then a new leaf is started.
What? I'm going to give the rest of you the opportunity to take him away.
Let's drag him away.
I'm just going to say, for the amulet, and then just...
In trade or in English?
I'm just going to walk away.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
dude.
So you guys
Do
are
it
just
for
going to head
all
straight
audiences.
towards this one?
Yeah.
Alright. You head straight towards a Briark, and she's just flicking stones across.
Can I pick up some stones and try as well?
You want to try flicking some stones? Take a dex check for me.
You hit her.
Dex is my highest stat. But I botched.
So you hit her.
Wow.
You fell in the water. That was so funny. Overthrow.
She's in bucket. You pick up this stone and you're like, yeah, I remember skimming stones as a kid. It was always fun. And you flick it and it gets a good bounce, and it bounces to the other side and you just hear ting, ting, and you see this small child with a bleeding back of its head, like sort of like running away. You're fairly happy and confident that if it didn't have 3 spines, it probably wouldn't be looking so great.
Run after it and do a medic check.
You're gonna chase this bleeding child.
This kid has basically run off. It's basically too. By the time you would have gotten up and gone
After
round,
swimming across the lake.
Swimming across the lake.
Sorry.
Don't own up to it.
Put your hand down.
Brito like sits with her arms crossed and sort of like looks sideways at the father, like.
Yeah.
You're not very subtle, are you?
No.
It's not.
Perhaps I'm going to leave. Subtlety is not your strong suit, and nice to meet you.
No.
And she gets up and walks away.
We kind of need to see you.
She keeps walking.
I'm gonna
Someone run after her.
beside
I've
her.
got a cane.
and just keep pace with her as she walks on.
Take a perception check for me.
Boom.
Nice.
14.
No,
You
better
see her
guys.
slip a knife into her hand, and she holds it against your wrist.
I'm gonna go back
I
away.
would recommend you remove yourself from my presence.
I would, but we have an agreement.
From the one they call.
Who are you with? What was his call sign?
Oh, hashtag 42-Kappa.
Hashtag.
One first, it is a hash, but yes.
The youth of today.
Scum of today. I remember when they used to be called hashes.
Or for your American people, pound.
Yes, you're found. Okay, perhaps you should consider. Your friend is not very subtle. This is not good for this particular type of business.
He can be subtle when he needs to be.
He is
Wait,
using
we'll
for
stop.
drawing the eyes
Yeah,
from
we will
certain
catch up.
actions.
You should come with me.
That's
Follow discreetly.
The plan.
And she walks ahead much quicker.
Okay.
I need.
Hobbling with my cane.
I want 2 of you. In fact, you not because you're hobbling on with a cane. I want 2 of you to make perception checks for me. This is to keep track of her through the
Crit.
Alright,
Don't
Lola
lose that for a
has
second.
no problem keeping an eye on this particularly short, needy female. And the fact that her coloring is particularly different from everyone else. You don't find it at all difficult. You track her through some behind some of the buildings, and you all scale up a ladder, and you find yourselves on top of this building. It's sort of like the highest, and the walls around it are particularly high, making it, you would expect that the roof at some point is collapsed in, and this is the next floor down. And when you walk up, then you finally climb the ladder up to this place. You find that she's just essentially sitting on a barrel in the middle of this room. There are plenty of barrels and boxes and stuff in here, so it's not completely unusual.
Let's get yourself some chairs.
I jump up on a fairly near.
Take a charisma check for me.
Okay. Well, she doesn't punch me in the face. Oh, nice. 12. It's literally the highest I can possibly roll.
With that crit.
She
Without
Yeah.
smiles at you. Nice. So, despite our initial meeting,
Sorry about that.
hmm,
Doesn't usually happen.
I was told you expect a certain degree of professionalism from you all, but each to their own. I guess humans operate in a very different manner to need to.
We get things done.
Yes.
Tactics do
Evidence.
not really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you wish from me?
You are to take us somewhere?
Why are you always speaking in broken English to these people?
Because cucumber, because I'm not speaking my native language.
Speaking in trade,
Exactly.
It's not your native language, no.
Trade is not our native language.
but you've known it for like 18 years.
Yeah, but I would have also been speaking human for most of that.
No.
Don't forget, I've spent most of my time on ships
Yeah,
with
actually, to be
humans.
fair, you probably would be speaking in a broken English, in a broken something. It's a mixture.
Okay.
Trade is a mixture of all the languages, and it's still an evolving language. And it's it's not something you could have a very personal conversation about someone's mother and how how well they're doing, how well the petunias are growing, and how next door is a bitch. You probably could have that degree of conversation, but sort of like very strategic matters, purchasing, buying, moving from A to B, those kind of things you probably, and then you could probably get by in context, give or take. That's essentially the essence of trade.
Right.
So broken, actually RP wise is perfect.
I obviously knew this. It was just for the audience.
No, that's fine. You are, yes, like you've read the hamburger thing. Alright, Karen.
Smee. Temple.
Bang.
Bang,
Yes,
bang.
I can take you to the Temple of Smee. It's not a problem, but when you get there, what are you... It's not usually my manner to ask many questions.
Perfect.
But this is still a place one only the most devout should travel to.
As you...
Gestures are the thing over my eyes. I follow the path of Smee.
Take a manipulate charisma check for me. This is going to be pretty high.
I'm going to use the legendary.
You don't have any. You've
I
already
do.
used two.
I
gave him one.
Oh yeah, you got one,
I
didn't you?
gave him one.
Oh, glad I did. So that's a 12.
Is that with the plus 2?
Yeah, because I've got +2 to my crit. I rolled an 8.
Legendary 12.
It's a 12. I'm very legendary crit. Or a legendary botch, as the case may be. With 12. She kind of laughs at you. Please, attempt another, guys. It's not your forte.
As you previously put, you expect professionalism. Part of our professionalism is to not disclose
There is
issues.
professionalism, and then there is being a traitor to one's own culture.
Yes.
I will not betray my people.
We cannot betray the trust of our client.
We can be vague. I mean, our mission is really purely just to observe. At this point.
I'm gonna let you roll the charisma check from before. That's fine.
Okay.
This is, I believe, fair. I don't believe that religion should be held from those seeking it, and she kind of gives you a bit of an odd glance. But should I find that you have betrayed what I've told you and hurt my people, I am not alone. Everyone take perception checks.
Crit.
6.
11.
You
12.
are well aware, everyone got above a 10.
6.
Everyone who got above a 10.
Yep.
You are actually well aware that these boxes and these barrels and stuff, you're well aware that they shift slightly, and you can see at least 3 other Nitu in the room.
I'm sitting on one of them though.
If you're sitting on a box, I'm going to say that these 3 are aware that there's actually a Nitu standing behind you. You have no compass mentis of this at all.
Okay.
They almost seem to step out from the shadows.
Apologies.
So what do you guys want to do?
Hi.
We are ready to leave when you are.
Okay. I shall take you... It's about to hit the noon of the day, the high point of the sun. Do you wish to travel with extreme heat, or perhaps you would be willing to wait a small period of time? So
We should wait.
How long is the
Yeah.
travel?
it will take us 6-7 hours from now.
We should definitely wait.
Yes.
We're not built for that heat.
We will need.
Neither are the Nitu.
Mm.
We will probably need more water.
Can you direct us to some water?
The giant oasis, maybe?
Nice wells.
The
Cucumber.
oasis that is
We
built
need a
around?
way of taking it with us.
We have. I'm assuming we have like ration bottles.
Well, we have a water bottle,
You have a water bottle each.
so we're probably going to need to get some more. Because 6 or 7 hours out in the desert is going to require more water than we currently have on us.
Briac.
Yes.
Briac. How do you? I mean, do you have a way of carrying water? Obviously, you must.
yes, we will be travelling by vehicle.
Perfect. There we go. Problem solved.
Okay.
I shall meet you in, say, 2 hours, just as it's gone over at zenith. I shall meet you at the edge of town on the path leading south.
Excellent. See you then.
Bye.
Goodbye. This, this is my place, get
I'll
out.
put my arm around the father and guide him out at this point.
So the father's like, I'm not leaving, fuck you. This is my place, get out.
I am my father's keeper, apparently.
Alright, so what do you guys wish to do now? You've got about 2 hours to kill in this little village.
We should keep a low profile.
Let's go get water from the fountain.
Might, if we've got a quiet area, I might radio back to James and make sure everything's going okay on the ship.
I guess it's fairly easy because there are quite a lot of ruins around here. If you take probably a 3-minute walk out, you could probably find a place that's pretty separate. So
This place is like a 7-hour drive.
yes.
It is a continent.
So when she discovers that we've like blown everything up, she won't give us
I'm
a
going
ride
to
home.
assume that all you guys are out.
Yeah, we've
You've
gone
walked
to
out
the-
of the
yeah,
city.
we've
gone to
Yeah.
the-
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. You can, in that case, have this conversation without
Yeah,
problem.
how are we going to blow it up without them knowing?
Well, we're going to do a flyby later on, so there's no need to blow it up at all now.
We
We just need to know where it is.
Okay.
And we need some way of being able to actually track where it is. So possibly, can you make something that would give off like a beacon or something we could plant there that we could then track from the ship?
I might be able to.
We've got 2 hours. I've got.
Okay, I will try and...
You could dismantle some of my bombs if you need parts.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll try and make something to track on my hat.
Do you have any spare items? Do you have any equipment to do this?
Well,
Because although you could take apart a bomb,
Mm-hmm.
turning it into a transmitter, you kind of don't really. You have some of those parts.
well,
on
I've got
it.
remote bombs.
Yeah, you can
which will
take
give
that
off
apart.
signal.
No, yeah, that's fine. If they're remote bombs, then yes, you could take those apart and turn it into some kind of beacon.
And I've
You might
got
be able
I've
to
got
just go buy
wires
one.
and cables and tool belts and...
I'm just thinking we want to kind of keep our contact as low as possible. At the moment, we've only spoken to one woman here and this.
With my tech use, I should be able to do something with his bombs and my
Yeah,
wires and stuff.
Yeah. Between it, you should be able to.
I
I
can
just want to
assist
check
you
you
with
guys
the
have
crafting if
actually
you're-
had
Yes.
something to do this with.
He can assist me, that would be great.
Cool. I got 12 to assist.
13.
I'm going to say it's probably taking you guys probably about 90 minutes to do this.
Okay.
You've probably got half hour left before. But yes, you can make a transmitter. You probably reckon that you would need to get probably within 3 or 4 miles to actually be able to pick it up on your ship. But if you guys keep a smart enough track, you might be able to get as close as you can. And sorry, you'll be able to track it as close as you can on your BHTB.
On my hat.
By going this way, travelling this way, you could probably get your ship there. But actually pinpointing the exact location probably needs to be about 3 or 4 miles.
Mm.
But yes, you built something. That's your 2's 90 minutes. What are you two doing?
Just going to sit in a corner and wait.
You're
I-
praying for 2 hours.
When I messaged back to James, I was going to check to make sure that the cover over the ship is still in place as well. 'Cause I didn't actually explicitly mention that I'd done it earlier. But
That's okay. I'm kind of going to go on the assumption that James would have put this on.
I hate the sound of eating.
It's goddamn annoying.
Yeah.
I know someone who's about to lose a legendary point, but that's
I'm going to be playing with my knife basically. So I'll be sitting somewhere shaded, out of the way. Just kind of like find like a wooden board and start throwing my knife into it basically.
Right. I want you two to make perception checks on my face.
Me?
Because you two aren't actually doing anything.
Nope.
It's quite a tough check 'cause you're not
Hmm.
actively looking for anything, but
6.
you've got 6 and what?
4.
The day is really hot. You can see like a heat haze over everything. And that's probably the extent of what you guys are going to see with those rolls. Okay. Alright, 2 hours roll by. You have a transmitter, which is doable. I'm going to say you describe this transmitter to me. How big is it? Being the part that you've had to take apart one of your bombs.
About that big.
Okay, that's
It would be
perfect.
smaller than that.
I was going to say smaller than that,
There's way
but
smaller
no,
than
the person who created it has made it that big.
It'd have to be strong enough for us to see it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little handheld detonator for a bomb. It's literally
Yeah, but that's
like
like
a little torch.
the range on that little tiny thing would be like, you know,
Pathetically small.
pathetically small.
Whereas
Whereas this
you
we need to be able
yeah.
to see from a ship.
Okay.
Whereas you'd be able to see that from a ship.
It's not
Good.
physically
Yeah,
going
but-
to see it, it's the
No,
signal.
it's
so
the
it's
signal
all the
strength.
boosting.
So
Yeah.
So all basically you've taken apart many. I'm going to say you've lost 2 of your remote bombs to do this to get
Okay.
it to boost it up to the 3-4 mile range. Yeah. So with all the boosters and all the the extra bullshit and that, yes, it's roughly that size.
Also, should we put it in some kind of like brownish kind of like make it look as like
Paper bag.
camouflaged as possible, so that when we just drop it somewhere, they're not like, what's that big flashy thing on the floor beeping?
Good point.
I'm going to say it's probably like a desert colour. We'll go with
Yeah.
generic desert rock colour.
we would have considered this.
Yeah,
So we can,
you would,
So we can just like,
that's fine.
and we
Tuck
should,
it in behind a
should
rock
hide it
somewhere.
somewhere, like hide it in your trousers or something, so that you can just like drop it when we're there without being noticed.
By the way, I put like bright pink and glitter bomb all over the top.
You've written bright pink glitter bomb on the. Do
No,
you have
no.
bright pink and
No, I
glitter?
don't. I don't
say-
have that. I
You
don't
didn't
have
say
that.
cucumbers.
I don't
You
have that.
bright pink
No, I don't have it.
I noticed this and scrub it off.
I don't actually have glitter on me.
I was going to check whether you had glitter.
I don't actually have glitter,
So
so I
you
can't
just
do
have
that.
bright pink writing on it saying bomb.
I don't have bright pink pens either.
Okay. Remember this for the future when you want to say you've written something bright pink or something, you don't have bright pink highlighters.
Yeah.
Just make a PM rule saying, nah, you can have the markers.
You did, but they've just run out of ink.
These amazing pink markers, and when you mark on them, they're not only luminous and glow in the dark, they also glitter.
Oh.
I can't be dealing with that.
Strange desert flower that you find or something.
Okay, right, so in that case, 2 hours roll by. I assume you guys are going straight to Crusoe. Are you checking anything out? Are you?
Going we are.
Cucumber. The funny thing is, when I said we were observing, I thought I was lying. Apparently not.
Yeah.
In theory, you're going there to blow it
I
up.
completely,
That's your actual outer mission at the end.
I'd completely forgotten the whole plan to drop something out of.
Yeah.
While
The
we're
plan,
flying
is actually to blow it up. That was your plan.
by. Yeah, but I've forgotten the way.
right
that we were
right
gonna
now
do it.
is
And
observation.
also,
That's why I let it
we
slide,
need
because technically
the
it is.
crate to be in the destroyed in the destination as well.
Yeah, we just need to drop it.
Yeah.
That'll be part of the bomb.
Yeah.
It's a reactor and we'll blow up nicely.
Anyway,
Anyway, sorry.
I love how you guys think this will work out.
Back to
Oh,
Briark.
Yeah, so you're
Why
back at
wouldn't
Briark.
it?
Guided
Yeah.
missiles.
So Briark there is
Not
with basically like a sand buggy type thing, big enough for like the 6 of you to fit in there just about. There are kind of like barrels and containers of water everywhere, and it's covered over. The back is covered over with a cloth. The front is essentially just like a windscreen, and it's completely open top of that part. So
Like, wow, where did you buy this?
Ignore him.
Yeah. Ignore him.
from a car dealership.
From Saul, the used buggy salesman.
Yes.
I have to make a
From
note.
the Saturday ad. I don't know.
Okay.
From
I
Toyota.
From Toyota.
I've just been looking for one, that's all.
You cannot have this one.
No, I
Off
wouldn't. I
Walla.
wouldn't take it from you. I might get one from you where you bought it, though.
She puts the car into gear and just goes. She's very weirded out. Is anyone travelling in the front with her, or is everyone going to travel in the back?
She'll let me in the front.
There's no chance in hell that the father is going to be sitting in the front.
Can
I'll sit
Yeah.
in front.
Okay.
Sit in the
okay,
back.
I was going to say someone with a good perception chart because then they can kind of try and keep a.
That's 3.
Okay. I have 4. Actually, no, sorry, I have 3. I have 38, not 4. Next level, hopefully next level.
Oh dear. Alright, let's okay. Alright, so you guys bumble forward. Can I have one person in the back, and one person who Quinn who's sitting at the front, take a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
Let's do some peril.
Great.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
That's good. I got a 5.
With a 5 you kind of look out, but the fact that it doesn't have like the cover over the top, there's a lot of sand getting in your eyes. Even though you've got the thing over, it seems to crawl into every crevice. It's just everywhere. It's like you're having like one of those like shower things with the sand and the scrub in it. It just feels like you're going through that just without the water, and it's very hot and horrible.
The music that's in my head while we're driving is
Uh-oh.
from the Ace Ventura scene when he's driving through the thing.
No one wants to play with me.
That's amazing. Alright, what'd you get?
Crit.
Okay, with a crit you are aware that the surroundings around you are changing ever so slightly. When you hit about hour 5 or 6, after you guys have had like a very brief stop just to get some water down you, and you know she shares a couple of, well, she eats her own food and you guys can do what the fuck you want. She brings out this like, you know, from like under her seat, so she pulls out this cage of mice and she just chucks one down and then, you know, shoves it back in.
Ration packs.
That's fine, you can ration packs. She offers the mice, like there's no problem.
Oh, good.
I've just eaten.
Just eaten. You don't fancy live mice then? That's not okay. So yeah, you're aware that the from about this point the surroundings are actually beginning to change. You've left all these kind of like old ruins of like industrial buildings and such like behind you. They're probably a good hour behind. But as you're looking forward, you can actually almost even you can feel the dampness in the air. You can feel it slowly getting damper, and it's you know, everyone's kind of not quite aware of it because it's so hot and they're just focused on that. But you begin to sense this kind of like water area, and as you continue on, probably about half hour out from where she reckons that you would finally finish, you begin to spot in the very far distance of like leaning out round by the side. You're doing that. You're using like the, you know, the crosswind and the fact that it's covered to protect your eyes. You can see that there's actually there's a rainforest.
Okay.
Most of the trees around have been dead and dying and stuff, but the closer you've been getting down to the South Pole, you can feel it in the air. It's beginning to get cooler and slightly damper and more moist. You can see that there's a rainforest ahead of you, and you know it's nowhere near as populous as it would have expected. Most of the trees have died, but some of them are still stubbornly clinging to life, much like the Nitu that are still living here. It's just stubbornly staying on. And very far in the distance, probably about 5-6 minutes from when you stop, you can see from that particular vantage, about being about 5 minutes out, you can see that there is actually what looks like walls for a building, and then it goes out of sight as you drop down, and you've only got these very tall trees around you.
Okay, as we're going across the desert bit there, I'm going to try and like with a bit of my like a bit of leather or something on my clothing, I'm gonna with like a little like nail or something, just scratch in whenever we change direction, so I can try and keep a really rudimentary map of the direction we're going.
You're pretty much going straight.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of deviation. The only real deviation you've ever you think that you've made is that you go past an area and it looks like the sand is not quite the same colour as the rest of it. And you would suspect that this would be some sort of like hazard that she's pretty well aware of. And you go past a couple of these, but it doesn't massively change the direct route. I mean, you went round here, but all in all, you're still travelling in the same direction. You're pretty sure if you came this way again, you'd remember if you had in that straight-ish direction, variance of like 2 or 3 degrees, you'd probably still come to the same spot, and you'd see those dark enough patches, and it sticks enough in your mind that should you come back this way, avoid those.
Okay, cool.
Alright, you guys have arrived at the edge of a rainforest. It's for the rest of... Oh, okay. Because you've been travelling for 7 hours. You've been out in this heat for 9 hours in total. So, following our new exposure rules, every 3 hours you get affected by exposure. So I need you guys to roll 2 more exposure rolls for me, please. Justify whether it's mental or physical.
Mental for both.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going mental because...
The dice love
11.
this for the 6.
Alright, so we'll go your 2 first.
15.
Yeah, and...
Correct.
You don't give a fuck.
11 and 16.
You don't give a fuck.
Physical.
Yep.
5.
Okay.
Plus your physical.
Oh,
1.
That's why you choose.
6.
Yeah.
And 11.
You have 1 failure. You take 1 exposure. So, with a single exposure, you currently have no meta effects. You feel very discomforted. You have that horrible, like, it's too hot headache. And it's not exactly affecting your ability to think straight, but you do not feel comfortable at all. And it's just getting annoying, if nothing, more than anything else. What'd you get?
I got a 12 and an 11.
You don't give a fuck. Alright, okay.
Cool.
Yes, so yeah, sorry, that was good. I'm
Yeah,
really
so
sorry.
you're
What are you
good.
guys going to do something about? Oh wait, no, that's me, my bad. Okay, so you guys have arrived at the edge of this rainforest. And she doesn't seem to be too worried about where she leaves this thing. It's not particularly well hidden. It's just, it doesn't appear like with your crit from earlier, you don't appear like there's a lot of people that come here. Most of the things you see, because you've seen a couple of tyre tracks that veered off in various directions. And you can see that there's clearly what remains of an old path, but quite often covered over in sand and, you know, with wind and whatnot. She parks it probably about 5-6 minutes within the rainforest itself, and then it just becomes slightly too thick for her to actually continue safely in this vehicle. And she gets out. She grabs a couple of the water canteens, gestures for you guys to do the same. Keith grabs a couple and shoves it down into various pieces, and she puts on her own jungle gear, for example, so to speak. She's got a big hat on, kind of thing, covered every aspect of her scales and her skin, and you can only really see the eyes. And again, that's covered over in a similar way to your scarf with something thin. And she looks at the rest of you. You should cover your hands, your face. You're wearing a suit.
Yes, I don't take it off.
That's very wise, but you should all cover your skin. I have scales, and even I still have covers.
Cucumber, didn't we still have the scarves on?
Yeah, you have the scarf on your head, but your hands.
Oh, the hands.
She's intently looking at your skin. Any exposed skin is what she's looking at.
I'm going to put my hands like under the scarf, so they're like attached to my head like that.
I have. I'm going to cut off a bit of the end of my scarf and give it to them to use as like.
Are you wearing gloves?
Yes.
I really need to get some
I
gloves.
actually went and purchased myself some gloves in the previous session.
I would have thought we all basically assumed we have gloves.
I don't know. I went and brought myself specifically armoured gloves because I wanted.
Yeah, you wanted armoured gloves. Yeah.
But I thought we all had just like standard gloves
on the EVA suits.
Yeah, but on the EVA, but don't forget, quite a lot of the gloves that you'd be wearing allow you to have access to your fingertips, so you can feel things. And Denard specifically said that they're wearing like particularly completely covered as stuff.
Totally
she's looking at any exposed skin. That includes anything around your eyes, around your neck, and around across your hands, especially your hands. Is what she's.
Tear a bit of fabric off my scarf then. Not really anything, just wrap my hands up.
And I'm
Same.
cutting a bit
Like
in mine,
mittens.
doing it for the fathers.
Oh.
Yeah, I've taken your hands down and actually grabbed some cloth wrap.
Oh. Nice.
Keith mimics the same action. He rips off part of his scarf and wraps it around his hands. You've noticed that Keith has gotten a very determined look in his eyes. He seems to be paying a lot of attention to the jungle area, looking high, looking low. He's not looking mid-level because you kind of get this innate feeling that this is his purpose. He's used to people taking that middle ground. He's looking extremely high and looking extremely low.
Okay.
So you notice that he's got those two covered.
While we were travelling here, did I notice any other vehicles either following us or ahead of us?
No.
Okay.
You did not. Oh no, you do.
Because I critted.
You notice that occasionally you can see like an air vehicle. It may be a plane, it may be a space, a spacefaring craft. You're not entirely sure, but it has been flying by occasionally, and you've been keeping an eye out on it, and you're pretty sure that it's the same one. You're not 100% sure because it is like flying in the sky, and you don't think you always. Sometimes you just see the shadow and you look up and crap, I've missed it.
Yeah.
But you think it's the same thing following you.
Okay.
It just seems to be doing the flyby. It's not following you. It's not.
It's just every now and again looping over us.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You think it's the same vehicle.
Okay.
You can't really make it out for sure unless you want to have a proper look next time you think it turns up.
Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye out for it next time I see it come over. I'm going to try and get a good look
If
at it.
you are going to purposely look for that, I'm going to ask you don't take any other perception checks for anything else.
That's fine.
So, and I'm warning you, you're about to go into a jungle.
Well, I
You kinda
assume
can't
once
see
I'm
much
in the
upwards.
jungle, I won't be able to see it anyway because we'll be
Yeah.
in the jungle.
Yeah, you won't be able to really pay attention to it.
Yeah,
too
in that
much.
case, I won't be able to see it because we're in the jungle, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep an
I just
eye.
wanted to con you, that's all. I wanted to see what I could get out of you.
I'm going to keep an eye on low level because I've got my flamethrower out as my main thing.
Okay.
So I'm basically going to use that if anything big runs at us through the jungle.
Okay, I'm going to say you keep mid-level because he's looking literally at the very, very floor, so you're looking at the kind of brush level.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now you guys are all kitted up, she seems much happier. Did you all take water canteens and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's
I
fine.
haven't written it down on my sheet, but I assume we just
No,
know
that's
that
fine.
I've carried it.
Just say you just have enough water for, you reckon, probably a good half a day.
Mm.
Probably reckon that. You are also aware that the sun is beginning to set. It's been about 7 hours of proper badass daylight, but it's beginning to come down now. You probably reckon 3 hours before it gets totally pitch dark. You've probably got 2 hours of good light.
Okay.
And she sets off at a good track, at a good pace.
I follow.
I assume you'll do.
My
So, with your cane, clunk, clunk, clunk.
I'll try and keep alongside her because with a flamethrower I want to be kind of at the front. I don't want to be in the middle of a group with a flamethrower, because that's not good.
Yeah, so you that's fine. You trek through this. I mean, there are occasionally parts of this forest where, you know, all the animal sounds have even died down, and obviously some of these trees have just fallen apart and been burnt, you know, obviously wildfires and such like. But generally, it's just a lot of tall trees. They're very close together. There's, you know, the leaves aren't the green which you would hope for. They tend to be more like a browny orange, as if they've been burnt themselves. But they're still like kind of clinging to life. They're still doing that crap. You can obviously, you know, on occasion you feel something slip past your legs, but it's gone so fast you're not entirely sure that you definitely felt it. But what the fuck that was, you just don't know. Just like, and it just slips past you, and she just, you know, she continues to meander on, and then. You're in the front, right? Who's at the back?
I'll take the rear.
Okay, you two rate perception checks for me.
I'm not good at perception. 6.
You are aware of Sodor, my friend.
Yay.
4.
You are definitely aware of Sodor. So as you guys walking through, actually I'm going to roll for her. She's looking out for it.
I debated taking a listen to a check, but like, nah, I'll save.
It's not worth it. No. Holy shit. Secret. So as you guys approach this clearing, she suddenly throws a hand out to you, almost like you almost walk into it. But she's quite surprisingly strong for someone so small and wiry. But she puts her arm out and you just and you kind of like get it straight in the diaphragm. And she holds her hand up to everyone, and she drops down to one knee, and she gestures everyone to drop down low.
I'll drop down.
I think we just instinctively.
I'll hold my flamethrower ready.
Yeah. Yeah, she does that kind of like looking at you thing, and she gestures for you to be ready with your flamethrower. So if the rest of you want to be ready with your weapons, that's
I can't use my gun because my hands are bound.
You bound your hands. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you can't put them in the trigger, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
I basically have mittens on. As do you. So you can't pull a trigger.
Oh, this might go way more fun.
So I pull my knife out, which I have a good 1 skill in.
This is genius. So the only weapons
pulled
we
my
have
knife
are
out, yeah.
knives and...
I've got my
Sorry,
I
hand
have gloves
grenades.
on.
I
You
have
what?
my
I've got
staple
gloves.
gun.
You
he's
have
got
proper gloves,
yeah.
That's why I'm using my
What do you
flamethrower.
have, sorry, mate?
I have my staple gun.
I mean, it won't do any damage.
I'm gonna say you can definitely fire that. We'll find out how effective this is in a minute. So she puts her arm out and she drops down into the brush, and you guys do all the same. You pull out your various weapons. So we have a staple gun on the go. We've got a flamethrower ready. You have a
This is
badass
going to be
knife.
fantastic in this posh
Unicorn.
forest.
You're going to bring out Unicorn because why the fuck wouldn't you? Keith realises that he has no weapons of any real effect, and he just crouches down low to the ground.
Does he not have a sniper rifle?
He has a sniper rifle, but he can't fire them either.
Does he not actually have gloves?
No.
Okay.
No, he did the same because he didn't have gloves either.
I'm totally buying gloves when we get out of there.
Yeah. I was just thinking
We're a
that.
Black Ops team, we don't have gloves, what the hell?
I do.
He specifically went and got armoured gloves. So
Yeah.
I'm like, alright, okay, we'll specifically give you armoured gloves. But yeah, normally you would have you'd have something so you can do tactile information and stuff. You get a lot of information from touch. So. Alright, so let's change ourselves to some battle music because we haven't had some of that in a while. We've been currently living in peril. which is
We've
kind
gone
of-
from peril to battle now.
Yeah, we've gone from peril to battle. This may not last very long though.
This is gonna
Okay,
go
so
badly.
it's gonna end badly.
I'm going to burn the forest down. This is parched forest. I'm about to use a flamethrower. I'm just going to go whoosh.
Such a bad idea. So she puts her arm up, and you guys see this. It takes you a moment, and then you see something rustle in this kind of clearing area. The clearing, I say clearing, it's full of dead trees, so there's clearly been a wildfire here. And you see this movement, and you're not sure why you didn't see it before. It now seems blatantly obvious, but this very, very black, very armoured creature moves, and the light reflects off it almost as if it's like wearing a lot of carapace, very similar to what Krita has. And it moves, and you see it's on 4 low legs, 4 low feet, and it's just crouching down, and it has these 2 kind of, you would expect to be like tails, a bit like a scorpion, but one of them is clearly like a stingery taily tongue, and the other one clearly has eyes going all along the length from the spine up to the top of it, and it just moves itself around, and it clearly has a mouth at the end of this, and it's like, and then you just see that that kind of like face with all these eyes going up the spine, this kind of like gory like teeth at the end of this kind of like limb, just sort of like turn and spin instinctively to look at you all, and then it runs at you. It keeps its thing there, and the rest of its body like twists and turns around and charges at you.
As it's
I'm going to say, since You're the only one with a ranged weapon that works.
Yeah.
You can take the first hit.
I was going to step forward and basically just lay a line of fire across the floor in front of it, basically just to kind of ward it off effectively.
Okay. Roll some damage for me.
Do you want me to roll to hit first, or just roll damage?
No, because it's
Flamethrower.
charging at you. It's a flamethrower. It's an area of effect. It could attempt to dodge, but I'm going to say for the sake of brevity, you are ready. You're not going to fuck this up, because I think it's funnier that you set it on fire.
Struggling to read.
Struggling to read his own writing, I think.
I think it says
Wow.
I think it says like 1D. It either says 14 or 1D4.
Should we have a look?
1D4. Yeah. I'm gonna write that
Is that what it
slightly.
does?
It does 1D4 per round because it sets it on fire.
That's
So
the
it
same
must
thing.
do
do
burning.
an initial damage though. And then 1d4 per round after.
What weapon are you using?
It's a flamethrower. You came up with the rules for it last week.
Alright, I'm going to say it's a d6 for a hit.
Okay.
D6 is the initial and then D4, 1d4 for it. And I believe it has a DC check to put itself out, but you have that written down and I don't. I can check
8.
it out. 8. Okay, alright. This creature like scuttles forward and you hear kind of as it goes through the fire. It's clearly in some distress and on fire. So what's the DC for it being on fire?
20.
Don't think so.
D12
12.
end.
DC 12.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, no, DC 12.
Yeah, not D12, DC
Yeah,
12.
sorry.
Just to say,
Yeah.
it's a D12. It's like, okay, I roll a D12, I win. What does this mean? I get PM through it, I roll a D12. No, okay, so it's a DC 12. Alright, this creature is coming and running at you. First, as it comes running at you, it's almost like its head doesn't actually, it's kind of like this kind of like face full of teeth basically and eyes going all along that thing. And it kind of flicks at you with its thing. As it's doing that, it's almost like it doesn't change height even though its body like rises up and down and like moves around to do everything.
It's like a chicken.
Yeah, basically like a chicken. It's gyroscopic head, like this kind of thing. It just doesn't move the height. It just, no matter what its body does, obviously apart from when it has to do that.
Yeah.
It's going to do this thing where it rolls forward and then it kind of keeps its head where it was and its entire body just like rolls around where this head is to attempt to put the rest of its body out from being on fire. Please don't fail, I don't want to be on fire. It's still on fire.
Yeah.
It failed massively. It's now just covered in like as it kind of like rolls around you, as it rolls across like these like broken,
I'm just gonna just hold it
fragile,
down
like,
again as it keeps rolling.
broken like fragile like bits of like charcoal from the wood, etc. And it just covered itself in more of this thing, and it just goes up even worse in flame.
Covers itself in dry leaves.
It covers itself in dry leaves. Oh, fuck me! So yeah, continues running forward, and it comes to Briark. Nailed it. It comes to Briark and it lashes forward with its kind of its stinger, and it goes. I really should stop putting my dice away. I know I'm in combat. I should really stop doing
We'll
this.
just shake the box and open it. Shall we
Because
get?
I don't want to. I like rolling the dice. It's cheating by making it dicing and roll. Ooh, that's not good. It hits.
There goes the guide.
Saving me a job.
Yeah, anyway.
We've seen girls there, yeah.
Right, so it
Might
lashes
be able to
down
give us
with
the
me.
last bit of-
It lashes down, and you see it catches her square in the shoulder, and it goes in, and as it pulls out, you can see this like small spurt of blood, but you can also smell this kind of like foul thing, which is now like dripping down her shoulder as it's clearly injected her with a lot more venom than perhaps it really needed to for someone of that small. And you can see this kind of like a gooey, like greenish, yellowy pus that's like pouring down. It's not a clear like viscous venom, it's just like pus. It's pretty gross. And she instinctively like falls to the floor like yes! And she clearly lets out a string of obscenities in Me Too.
Yeah.
So it just sounds like she's hitting. Alright, so that's its attack. So it's still on fire. It's going to take more fire damage.
1d4 damage.
1d4 damage. It took initially 8, didn't it?
Yeah.
It takes 3 more damage.
Don't I roll? Or you?
Nope,
No.
I'm rolling.
Don't forget the modifier of 3.
You don't get that on
No.
continual damage,
That's
Nope.
fine.
generally.
Okay. Alright, so
You're
I'm
not
gonna.
doing it.
So who wants to go next? It's now within melee range of everyone.
Well, I'm at the back.
I'm going to say that you could get there.
You can get round it. We're only on a path.
Yeah, you're all going to be within close enough to get this. Should you wish to move forward and hack at this creature.
I'm going to attack it with my staple gun.
You're going to attack it with your staple gun. Okay.
Does that count as a melee weapon?
It's an improvised weapon, surely.
It's an improv weapon, so I'm going to say your damage is probably D4. Proper battle music on the go now.
We've already got it to attack D12 -2.
Oh yeah! I think I made it like shoddy or something.
And damage D4 -3.
Oh yes! Okay.
Of 1 damage.
But does it count as close combat?
I'm
Well,
going
it's
to
gotta
say.
be,
yeah,
you're using a staple gun.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tempted to give you a dose of Hulk out before you do this.
It'd be pointless.
Yeah, I've got loads though.
It'd be completely pointless.
Nobody's asked for it, so I'm not going to make you roll it. Go for it. If you want to roll attacking with a staple gun, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah. And I bought.
You staple yourself.
You staple yourself to the creature. Like,
That would be great. You put your hand up.
You put your hand out on top of it and you go, ha ha! Straight into the back of your own hand.
through the webbing. Oh.
Yeah, fuck it, through the webbing. You're like, smack! You get it square through the webbing. And the worst thing is, this carapace is so hard that the back of the staple actually closes up behind. So you don't have two prongs. It's literally closed up like a goddamn staple you need to remove with staple removers. I want you to roll damage, please.
Oh.
No, actually you're not. You're taking full damage of 1. Not reduced by your armour, because 1, technically you're just wearing some cloth on your hands, and 2, if you manage to hit something and its armour is reduced by the endurance, you still take 1 damage anyway. Same as if you got hit by a headlight, stops the damage but you still take a bruise.
So, wow.
Did it hurt the creature at all?
No.
I'm going to stab the creature in the eye.
Okay, there is a series of eyes, and you have the body with the kind of folding it, which is moving around and doing all that. It's got 2 like limbs, a bit like stingers. One is a stinger, one that's just stabbed your guide, and the other one has literally like a series of eyes going up it. With the maul at the end.
I'm going to take the
You definitely
take
have
the
to
knife
reach over and walk around to get to the eyes specifically. If you're going for those.
All right, never mind. Then I will.
You can do it. It's within range. It's just that I'm just making you aware that you'd be separating yourself from the group a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I will basically drag the knife over all the eyes.
So you basically want to. All right, roll for attack then. We'll see how well this goes.
No.
Wait, have you got a modifier on it?
Should have a modifier.
Not a great one.
Should be
Legendary?
You can reroll if you want.
Yeah, legendary reroll.
It's your last legendary point, I think.
No, it isn't. I haven't used any of
She
them.
hasn't used it yet.
Have you not? I
She's
thought
not
you used
used
one
them.
earlier.
Twice she was going to, then we decided not to. 'cause
Yeah,
someone else got
I've tried to twice, but people have told me not to. That's a little bit better.
7.
Yeah, 7. No, wait.
Yeah. Arm CC.
Okay, yeah, 7.
You basically like, as it's kind of like it's more head. It's kind of like the kind of more the teethy top part of this, the limb closest to you with this thing. It spins round and looks at you just as you go for the eyes. And as it's done that, it's kind of like it's arched itself around, and you've pulled it back, and it's arched itself back again. And it's just, you're pretty sure you're probably moments from having your face eaten, but you have completely missed.
I've completely missed. Oh god.
Completely missed.
Oh god.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do?
Probably not.
Can I move?
One has moved to here, and one has also attempted to stab it in said face. Justify something else within, say, a 6-second period. You have moved, you've attempted to stab it, and what else do you think you can do?
I try and befriend it.
I will get back to that. It's going to be the funniest roll ever if it works. Alright, Mr. Quinn, what do you want to do?
I'm so bad with this knife, I don't know why I have it.
I'm worse.
You could just take the thing off your hand and
That's
shoot it.
basically what I was planning on doing, but I imagine there's a reason why I have this stuff on my
To be fair,
hand.
it's not that good. It's only a bit of rag.
Yeah. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm just going to say, fuck this. Just drop the knife for a second and just pull my gun.
Alright, okay, go for a shot.
Uh, 15 to hit.
15. Alright, yeah, you nail it. Where do you want to shoot it?
Take out the stinger.
In the mouth.
in that kind of more thing that's just turned and looks like. Okay, as it was like looking forward, as it begins to look at Lola, you get like half a second where I'm going to pop that thing in the face.
I mean, if it's only like, how big is the head? Like,
let's just say it's human head size.
As it turns, I'm quite happy to take it off the side.
Okay, alright, yeah, you try and shoot it in that kind of like mooring head type thing.
I do 15 damage. This is why I dropped my knife.
Okay. 15.
Yeah.
I don't know, you just gave me that number, I reduced it down, and then I'm like, what number did you roll? Right, okay. Excellent. Alright. Okay, you paff it in the side of the head, and you basically take out a majority of like of its jaw. It's now hanging loose, as like if you managed to pop one of the joints almost completely out by blowing a hole through it. It looked probably more terrifying than it did before, from being it's about that far from your face. Definitely doesn't look happy, and you're covered in like the blood of this thing, and it's like a very deep dark red. It's not
Better than having your face bitten off.
I suppose.
Now you've now garnished it for him. Okay, so paff. I'm going to say she's still writhing in pain and doesn't really do anything. She's hit the deck. She's clearly not in a good state. Alright, so we'll hit the top of the round again with
Do I
Ennis.
not get to try and befriend the thing?
I will get back to you. I think
Okay.
it's probably going to be an action because you have just as dangerous damage.
That's the
What do
farm
you
done,
do?
yeah.
No, the
Oh
fire's
yeah, he
still
tried to
running.
staple himself, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, I'm
Does that
going
mean Jay's not
to.
burning?
No, Jay's not. Well,
The thing that you stapled to is
Corona's
burning.
not burning.
Well,
I'm
if he
going
didn't
to- I'm
actually
going
staple
to
himself to
figure-
it, he
I'm
did
going to
staple
figure
his
the idea
finger.
that Tepid isn't stupid enough to put his hand on. What's your intellect?
Okay.
It's pretty high,
like-
actually, isn't it?
Intellect is 30.
Okay, you're smart enough not to put your hand on the flame as you attempted to pat something in. You're not
You're
on
just
fire.
aiming with your hand.
Yeah.
So
You
what
did the
I'm going to do then is, what's the back of this thing? Is it fairly flat or is it quite?
There's quite. It's kind of quite segmented. There's lots of little ridges on it.
Okay, because I was thinking of dropping a flashbang on top of it.
Okay.
It's blinding us all.
Well, I was going to shout to you guys first that I'm going to use a flashbang. 'Cause I've got 6 seconds, so by the time I'm going to use a flashbang and pulled it out and actually used it, you guys have had 4 seconds to cover your eyes or look away or whatever.
Or close your eyes with it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you guys probably have enough. You're experienced enough with Ennis to know that he's in more and like setting things off in. Because when he's close,
Yeah.
you close your eyes. You close your eyes.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, buts, and wins about this.
Yeah. So I'll do that and I'll just try and drop it because its eyes are on its back, so I want
That's
to kind of
correct.
have it as close to it but being in front of it as possible.
So if you're gonna drop it on his back, you'll definitely flash the eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do
That's
basically.
fine.
So I'm just going to do that, jump back, put fingers in my ears and kind of open my mouth and kind of close.
Yeah.
do the whole like fire the whole
I'm gonna
thing.
say
like-
you guys are proficient enough to know that this is the case.
Okay, do you want me to roll damage or anything? Because the flashback doesn't actually do any damage. It just
I mean, it's
You can roll damage.
Isn't it
I'm
like-
gonna say it's a D10.
okay.
isn't it rapidly burning phosphorus and magnesium or something normally?
Well,
Yeah,
it kind of
usually-
goes off in a big poof. It doesn't actually keep burning. It's not actually a
Okay.
phosphorus bomb or anything. But
It would sting a little to have
I'm
it
gonna,
directly on your
I'm
skin.
gonna say you can roll the damage. It's fine. I'm gonna say it's a D8, but just a D8.
oh, you said D10.
You
so
said
yeah.
D10.
Oh, just a
yeah.
D10.
Yeah.
Just a T10. Sorry, nothing
7.
else. A 7.
Nice.
It is blind.
I need to note down my bullets. So
Yeah, please note down your ammo. Okay, so yeah, you chuck this down and you just hear, and it reflexively pulls back, and it just skitters backwards. It's kind of like one with all the eyes. It seems to be like kind of a little bit knocked out. Like what the fuck is going on? It doesn't. It's completely lost that kind of like gyroscopic movement it had with the head. It's just, and the stinger is like randomly like lashing out. Randomly lashing out. Can you make a reflex save for me?
Reflex
Yes,
save.
please. It should be in your saves. And I'm being kind by letting you have this.
8.
8. You've opened your eyes just quick enough.
9, because you've worked out your reflexing correctly, it looks like. Unless you had -1 for some reason.
Shouldn't do. I don't think there's any minus.
You should have
ones for
4,
reflex.
it's half your dexterity plus your endurance.
I probably worked it out wrong.
So it should be 4.
So, yeah.
Also, I may have gained points in endurance one sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you just open your eyes just quick enough, and you launch back just as it kind of like it's kind of like main its main stinger just kind of like, you know, that kind of like that stupid thing where they just like cut apart their shirt. You just had that happen at the very bottom of yours, like, oh dear.
Yeah.
Just barely get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
so.
It is in a very not good state, so you basically given everyone else a huge boost
Yeah,
being able to hit this motherfucking thing.
that's my job.
It is your job. Alright, so Briark is continuing to writhe in pain, but she's hissing a lot less than she was before.
It's either a good or a bad sign.
Yes. Okay, who wants to go next?
If we're following the order, I assume we are.
People just randomly yelled out earlier, so I'm like, alright, I'll go with that. I don't really care.
Might be worth checking this woman out. If you can,
Me?
Father.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
you can have this thought, but you can't say it right now. You've already had your go.
That's fine.
So it's still alive currently.
It's still alive.
Yeah.
It's still pretty beefy looking.
Alright,
It
then
just looks a bit phased by the fact it had a flashbang off like that far from his eyes.
I attempt to try and cut off the stinger. Wait, how thick is the stinger?
So like the kind of like more head area is about roughly as safe as human's head.
Yeah.
So it's probably about that all the way up.
Probably can't cut that off with a tiny knife.
No, you probably
Not
need
with
a
your
machete.
knife. You would need something like a machete.
Yeah, I don't have that. Okay then.
I suppose our guide had one, did you?
I'm gonna go yeah.
So you could grab that.
Shoot a machete.
Yeah.
I assume she would have dropped it when she got stabbed in the shoulder.
I'm gonna run back to the guide and see if I can grab a machete off of her.
She gives you his machete. She just gives it to you.
Yeah. Cool.
She looks very almost spitting venom back at you. She's clearly not directing at you, but she's in a lot of pain.
Yeah. Okay. So then I go and try and to cut the stinger off.
You can go for it. Take a strength check for me.
Strength check. Oh shit.
Because you're trying. You're not. Yes, you are attacking it. But if you're actually trying to remove the stinger and that's your focus, that's the one thing you want to do.
Yeah.
The check is going to be harder and it's going to be strength. But if you succeed, you do it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just start hacking at it like a tree.
10.
You get a good swing on this machete. You're like, I've got this. You basically shrug your shoulders out, a bit like you're going to go for a golf swing. And just as it whips around, you just swing in time and use its momentum into your blade along with your own. And you just see the stinger, like the end of the stinger, just flies off into the distance. And this creature like...
It's so funny if it hit the guide.
you see the stinger, and this kind of like dark blood just like shoots and like almost like arterial shooting just coming out there, and you see kind of like the yellowish pushy stuff, like some of it falls out there and it flies off with the rest of it, and it goes batshit crazy. You've just fucking hacked a part of this thing off. Right, you're almost directly in range with it melee wise. You're almost directly in range with it melee wise. Okay, this creature goes batshit crazy and starts attacking with its maw.
I can't get away because I'm stapled to it.
You're not stapled to it.
Am I not?
No. So the folding over the staple was in the back of it is there. So you've
Oh,
literally,
my own hand.
Yeah, you've literally stapled your own hand, as in including the part that
Okay.
folds around the back. But your
Right.
hand, it's nowhere in the creature
It
at all.
didn't pierce its chitin, so it's basically folded round it, pinched.
But it's not
so-
just going to be his hand.
Did
It's
it
going to be
take
his
its
hand
1d4
plus
damage?
the cloth that
It
was
has
wrapped around his
Right.
hand as well.
Yes.
Okay, that's hilarious. I will roll the 1d4 damage.
Is that for it to be on fire?
It doesn't attempt to put itself out because it's so angry that it's just lost its thing. It's really
Does it not take any? Does it not take any damage for me cutting its stinger off?
It's in not a good shape. I'm going to put it like that.
Okay.
I've already factored all this shit in, don't worry.
Okay.
So that makes it. Alright, so it goes. Okay, wait a minute. You two, put your hand up. Okay, you, as it swings with its mouth, you're like, ah! You duck! And it just goes over the top. And you're just like, hey, what did he duck for? As this thing bites you. Fuck it, he said, straight in the face. Its teeth just like crunch into the side of your face. And you basically don't have any chance to avoid it.
Don't forget its lower jaw is missing.
Yep. So it's still a portion, or a part
The top
of
of
one
it's
side, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still has enough to
So it's
climb
gone into
down.
your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab the side of my face.
No, it's her face.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
thought it was me.
Because these two are in melee range. It was a race to
Yeah.
see who put the hand up. The
Difficult to
first
tell when
person who
you're
got the
pointing
hand
it
up was the person who got the botch against them. And the person who was too slow got the crit against them.
Sorry,
and
I thought
and
it was
the
me.
12.
I didn't know it was you. I thought it was me.
But it's so much funnier now.
So its teeth close around the side of your face.
I feel bullied by you people.
You love us really.
I
We
do.
just set horrible monsters on you. This, yeah, nothing personal.
Yeah.
I dear. That does not look.
Actually, no. Hem looks like she's got a "this is personal" now face on.
I'm sorry, his face.
Have you killed me?
There's a potential for it. So this thing like clamps into the side of your face, and you feel its teeth sinking in, and as it whips itself out, you guys can basically just see like the side of her like cheekbone there. And you take 10 points of damage.
Oh,
That's fine.
It's okay.
It's not gonna kill you.
It's gonna really fucking hurt, though.
It's okay. I have 3 points left.
Oh, that's good to know because you're about to take 4 points of fire. I'm joking.
Yeah,
It then leaps on you and you burn.
I'm like, it's alright, I can cauterize it.
If that happened, I swear to God, it's definitely bullying.
I'm not the idiot who jumped in there with a knife and cut its stinger off.
Hey.
And it's also some fire. What are you doing? So, Sammy, give me a number between 3 and 5. It can be 3 or 5.
3.
Good choice. I can't do that. It's too cruel. All right.
Well,
That's okay.
I think you would have just taken 3 points of damage.
Oh, man. Okay, so it's taken.
God, DM favourite.
I think we should now rub out your sexy. You
We're gonna
are.
deal with that in a very unique way.
You
now
were
like-
mangled from falling out of a tree, and then it's on your face ripped off.
You're like this scoliosis kind of mangled face person now.
hey, I can fix it.
We have the technology. They can remake me.
They can rebuild. Okay, so this creature, you know, with all the damage it has just sustained, it has not managed to put itself out of being on fire. It is still, in fact, on fire, and it kind of it's again just going mad. It's thrashing around like a caged animal. So we've just had your go where you cut its stinger off, and it's now your go.
I'm going to take the rest.
I don't know which one of you go it is.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
Actually, no, he was meant to have gone before me.
that's why I went around. He stepped with his hand. He was too confused, like what the
And
fuck?
now it's time for it to meet Rolf.
Okay.
And Rolf says 16
Yeah, you know that.
attack. And he also says, if I pick up the right dice, 15 damage.
Alright, you just like, you duck and see this thing like eat into her face and you think, this is the perfect opportunity, and cool as a cucumber, you just unwrap your hand. You pull out Rolf, you unwrap your hand, you pull out Rolf. Click back the trigger, and as its like maul turns up at the sound of the trigger, you shoot straight into its face and you just see the back end just blow out, and this creature's like and hits the deck on fire. It's very, very dead.
I wrap my hand back up. Put Rolf away.
Okay, anyone who's
With your handy
exposed skin.
staple to hold it shut.
It was the other hand.
Exposed skin. You've had exposed skin.
Yes.
You technically also have exposed skin.
Yeah.
Partly because it's a ripped part of your face off, but also because you've got the cut across the middle.
Yeah.
I need you all to make a endurance physical save, and you need to beat a DC of 12.
No.
Save.
Legendary reroll.
Sure? I think it's your last one, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. DC 12. Actually, I'm not going to save that, so I might as well just keep my 2.
Legendary reroll.
You could ask the father for your reroll.
There's no point.
Why?
I will not save that. I have to roll
11.
a 9 or above.
You've only got physical endurance of 3.
Yes.
Wow.
I have mental endurance.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Didn't really do much because I've only got a physical save of 1.
That
You've
can't
only got
be
endurance
possible.
of 1. I don't think
Unless
that's
I
right.
have
You have
an
an endurance of
updated
2.
thing.
2.
Oh, well then it doesn't really
It's at
make
least
much
2.
difference, to be honest, because it's still 9.
Still a 9.
11.
11. Okay. So as you guys all unwrap your skin, and just as you begin to wrap it back up, you begin to realise why it was that the kind of the she basically warned you to keep your squidgy flesh covered up, as you're aware that all this kind of like damp in the air, it's not actually just damp. There are very small things, and you just look down at your skin and you can feel it as you begin to wrap it back up. You can feel things moving and twitching on your skin.
Surely
And you
they just
begin
get
to
into
feel
our
it.
eyes.
They kind of. Your eyes have always been very itchy, but your skin is particularly where this thing is going for. And you feel it begin to like itch and irritate and just have a go at you, almost like you're going to come out in a rash any minute now. And I'm going to have you all take 1d4 damage, please. Not mitigated by anything. Oh god! I'm sorry, not negative, I'm sorry.
2 damage.
Come on, below a 2.
Oh,
Death!
as well.
Death by
Well,
skin weevils!
Not dead, just unconscious.
Unconscious.
Incapacitated.
Unconscious.
Death by skin weevils!
You guys like you guys see like this creature like and hit the deck, and then you're aware that like Lola's like, whew, and then she just passes out. Yeah, your skin's coming out in a rash. I was going to give you a level of suffering, but I thought it'd be too harsh. I've killed one of you already, so.
I'd rather take the suffering.
I'd rather take a suffering.
Lola, in addition to that, you're because your face is basically been partially torn away, you also take a level of suffering.
Though 2 levels of suffering would also have been damaged.
Yeah, that would have been damaged also, yeah.
Probably more than D4.
So I'm unconscious and I have 1 level of suffering.
Yes.
Okay.
You did.
Excellent.
Technically you should take another d4 of damage, but I'm not.
Seriously, another D4?
Yeah,
Fine.
that's what suffering does to you, so.
Fine, I'll take
Isn't it
another
the first one's
D4.
free, isn't it?
No, so the suffering is literally like a -1 to all your rolls until you get medical attention, or
3.
sorry, until a day later, and you
You're
take
taking
1d4
the
damage.
damage.
It's only fair.
Chosen to take the damage.
Alright, I'll boost to you on that one. Take another
Got
session point.
17. Yay!
Alright, so, yes, this creature is
You
now
need to
dead.
start spending your session
It's
points.
still on fire.
I do.
Alright, so this creature is dead, it's on fire, and Lola has just passed out, and that
Maybe.
is where we're going to take a break.
Oh.
Because it is now 10 to 10. That's gone back to way longer than I thought it would.
Okay.
Sorry. Alright, so yeah, stick around. We're going to do the 10-minute timer, and we're going to get to see the new trailer behind the scenes for Betrayal again.
Yay.
So
Awesome.
score. Alright, we'll be back soon. Yeah, we're totally in. Or I would have to wait more longer than it needs to be. Oh, well, okay, everyone welcome back. So we currently have a very, very unconscious Lola who's missing half a face. So what are we doing, boys?
Medic check 6.
Medic check is 6.
Hang
Plus.
on. 10.
Stop forgetting to
Alright,
plus things.
so yeah, you as you carefully wrap your hand back up, thinking, "Ow, that really hurts. Maybe I should." Oh dear! And you bow down and onto the ground. And yes, Lola is laying there with half a face. She's not going to die immediately if she gets some sort of attention. You're definitely going to need to cover the wound. You're definitely going to need to clean it. And she also appears to have like a cut across her stomach, which is again exposing more skin. It's not bleeding a lot. It's just one of those really annoying, like maybe accidentally do with a staple, like a standing up or something, just run it across the skin, scored and pulled apart. Probably don't want to leave that open in this weather.
Okay, so I'm gonna patch that up with my little first aid kit.
Okay, so what are you
I'll try
patching
and
first?
patch up as much as I possibly can. Probably the face. I'm guessing is probably where she's bleeding the most.
Yes, you are correct. Yeah,
So-
you can actually see the you can actually see her cheekbone.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need to do something about that. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go for patching the face. Are you going to get assistance from anyone else, or are you going to like,
Um,
fuck you guys, I got this?
I think assistance would be
I think we'd all
quite
pile in.
helpful, to be honest.
You
Cover
wanna
ourselves back on and pile in.
If because I basically haven't been injured, I was going to look at the guide and make sure she's okay because she was stuck
the
and shielded
guide.
by this thing.
Alright, we'll deal with the guide in a moment.
I rolled an 11.
Rolled an actual botch, or
An 11.
okay, that's fine.
The
Can
value
you-
11.
Okay, that's fine. The value 11. Can you make another roll as well? Because Keith will probably bound his way. He doesn't know a lot about this. Well, he's a bio.
He rolled a
engineer,
3.
but- he's a bioengineer, so he does the numbers, but he doesn't really do the actual blood. That's kind of gross. So he's really not into that. He's really not helping at all. All right, so you've got an 11. What have you done with?
Botch.
I'm gonna re-roll that one
Okay.
because I really can't
If you want a proper rubber,
Have
it makes
this.
a bit of a less of a mess of your sheet.
have this going worse than it is. Hang on.
Don't mind botch right now.
That's better. I got 10.
Okay.
Plus.
excellent.
No, plus
Plus what?
your
Your
modifier.
medic.
Stop reading the number of your dice. These days. Modifier.
14.
There we go. 14 with
I'm tired.
with an 11. Yeah, you guys, you probably take like half an hour, but you managed to like get her face covered enough. You managed to get an ointment there. You managed to, as far as you know, clean it out. You get Queen to boil some water.
Does
Just
that
so that you
guide not carry anything with her?
can- the guide is currently recuperating with poison.
Yeah, but doesn't mean we
over
can't
there,
search her pack.
She's currently most of her pack is basically being dealt with for her poison stuff. You can go through it and grab some stuff out. There'll be something in there you could use, but you actually have your own med kit, which is more geared
Yeah.
towards human anatomy than an E2 one.
Okay. No.
So you could grab some
Anything
stuff.
to treat these things in us.
Oh, those kind of creaturey things. Yeah. So there's like
Alcohol probably do.
she kind of like
alcohol.
gestures to these like tablets, and you kind of like get she kind of like spurts out through the page. She gives you enough information, like boil it up in water and then apply it. Apply it to your skin.
That's too big. I can't swallow that. Good news.
Good news, it goes up your ass. It really does. You boil it in some water and you can apply it to the skin, shake it off, and then rewrap as quickly as possible. And she gives you that information, which you do to your own hands so that you can carry on. You do it to Lola's skin. You patch Lola's skin up and you wrap her. I don't know. You have enough cloth. You have enough bandages that you could wrap over that to cover up the wound. Could be on that. And you guys spend a decent amount of time like cleaning her face off. Can you take an endurance physical for me?
Nice.
13.
13. Okay, so as you begin to like clean out her wounds and stuff, and you realise it's Cheetah, that's going to need some stitches, and you begin to put some of the stitches in, put all the cheek flesh back in. She begins to stir and wake up. It's not going to be pleasant, but you are awake for this, I'm afraid. As you begin to basically stitch.
Ow.
How scar-reducing are you attempting to be with this, or are you just going to hack it in with a couple of really big stitches?
Please be
She
scar-reducing.
is now conscious enough to know that this is what's going on.
Please be conscious. Please be kind.
But considering where we
Probably
are in the
kind,
situation,
but it
we're in.
is an edge of my concern is for her well-being rather than anything else at the moment.
I need to keep the sexy. Come
Let's
on.
go.
I think you being alive is more important, so
No!
that's where my focus is.
Okay, in that case you go for some big ass stitches. I don't need you to make another refining check. Okay, so what is your skill in medic?
My skill in medic.
Your ranks. How many
My
ranks
ranks.
have you
The
got?
group
I have
Quasimodo.
I've just got one rank in medic.
Oh,
I
okay.
can get surgery, it's fine.
Okay, roll a d6 plus your medic for me, please.
Plus medic.
Yeah.
No, my bad. So that is 6.
6. You regain 6 hit points.
Your medic.
Yeah.
So you're not at 2, you're
Yeah,
at
it's my
6
rank in
because you
medic.
used
Is it
your
your-
endurance roll just now.
Hem, is it
That's
your rank or your
unconscious.
total in medic?
I get
So
a regain
You said
6.
rank.
No, the rank is to determine what dice you roll.
Oh,
A
okay.
regain 6.
So hang on.
Okay, so
From when?
From
9.
17.
Hang on, just wait a minute.
That's an extra 3, so you gain 9.
9.
Oh, what?
Okay, you regain 9 hit
I
points.
thought you said just with the rank.
No, the rank is to determine
I
the
heard
dice,
Oh, right.
and then you add
You
medic.
did actually say just add the rank, but
No, I said add medic.
no, you said add
I
rank.
need your rank to know what dice to roll.
And then you said add the rank at the end. So. You did say it.
No.
We have video
Okay.
evidence. We'll look it up.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you want to just have 6, that's fine.
Have the 9.
Have the 9, shut up, the DM is good.
So where was that going from? Because she woke up, will she still be on?
No, she woke up, she's in 0.
So you were at 0.
Yeah,
And
and,
then you-
now she has 9.
So you would have been
Oh.
13 minus
13 minus
6.
You track your health in a
Wait,
weird
what?
way.
Yeah, she says it backwards.
What?
She,
Yeah,
tracks,
you have 9 hit points.
she starts
I
off
have
at
9 hit
0 and then
points.
tracks damage as numbers, which
Yeah.
is really confusing.
Oh, you mean so you go from 0
Yes,
upwards?
you have 9. You have 9
To
hit
take,
points.
Yeah.
and then, okay.
No, I'm saying like
That's everyone's just really confused with the way
It
you
doesn't
track
matter.
that.
You track your points however you
You'll
want, but
be
you now
4
physically
damage
are
taken.
9. Okay, you are now at 9. You have regained 9 hit
Yeah,
points.
so you'd have 4 damage taken.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because I was really confused where you had 17 written down next to your health, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, you should really do it the other way around. It's much easier
Because
to
we have
calculate.
minuses, yeah. Basically, because we
Other
have
people
minuses.
can help you when you do it in the rest of the normal system.
I will calculate it how I want to.
I'm going to be my own.
Sure,
I'm gonna be my
sure.
own
But when you
repair.
take 9 more damage, you're dead. That you're unconscious. Okay.
Okay,
If you
yeah.
take 19 more damage, you're dead. I'm just gonna.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Someone else
Alright.
track that for me.
fine.
Okay. Yes, you've come to, and I'm probably gonna say it's probably taken about an hour to do this,
Mhm.
because this is quite an intensive amount of medical care that you've just
Yep.
applied to her face.
How's the guide?
The guide. Okay, so the guide, you can see all this stuff whizzing from her, and she drifts in and out of consciousness. She's running a high fever, but there is stuff in her med kit. You managed to find. She kind of like croaks out about the tablets and the skin thing, and she just kind of like shakes her head. And she also has exposed like scales over the top, but she doesn't seem to be so badly affected by this because she has all the scales. Much more difficult to get in through this. So. Yeah, what do you wish to do? Do you want to go through the med kit? Do you want to?
I'm more concerned
try and
about the
do a med-
venom,
medic
so I'm
on
going to try and find anti-venom if she's got it and try to apply that.
Okay, go through the bag. So take
Perception
a
or?
take a perception check.
Nice.
13.
All right. So you find this bottle with kind of. It has a lot of Nitu writing over it, so you don't particularly understand it, but you see the symbol which you kind of believe is like the universal for like antidote in this particular setting.
Yeah.
You think, well, what's it is, give it a try. So you kind of like stick the needle in, you pull out what you think would be appropriate. Take a minute check for me. This is Nitu.
I'm going to use my last
This is
legendary
Nitu
point.
physiology, so it's going to be not great.
No, because I've got an extra one. I've only used 2 so far.
Yeah, he's only used to. This is the last one either. You can't do this again.
Crit.
Nice.
Alright.
Better than a 1.
You have a stunningly great grasp of Nitu physiology. Even that you're the luckiest bastard alive as you whack this needle in, you pull it out and you just go thunk bump straight into like one of like what you would consider one of the major neck arteries. And she comes in and out of consciousness, but her feet, she's not as hot as she was. She's not perfectly brilliant, and you manage to bind up the wound and cover it out and get all the excess poison and stuff out that you can just physically. It's already in the bloodstream, probably already too late, but hopefully the antidote will do the job. And you clean everything out you can, you bind it up. Job's a good one. Okay. So probably about an hour later, she's coming to properly. You guys finished like dealing with Lola's face, and you kind of have like a series of big ass stitches on the side of your face as you kind of have your cheek sewn back into position. It doesn't feel great.
Have an arched back and a speech impediment.
You don't have a speech impediment, but you do have this kind of like half moon kind of like half moon like scar that's going to appear.
Oh, come
on,
on, speech impediment.
Yes,
Magda!
I don't have an arched back. My back is fine.
You think you have you can move about, but you're pretty convinced she's not going to walk properly again. I'm pretty sure you did the magic check on that.
Can we begin calling her Quasimodo behind the back? That'd be hilarious.
You can do what you want. I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to a fucking doctor when we get back to the station.
I'll feed you into a medivac, it'll be fine.
The problem is, of course, is that your real resident medic is currently off with Helena doing a secret mission. I mean, you really need those therapy oils right now. We're severely lacking aromatherapy oils. Okay, so about an hour has passed. Lola has come to. You've been given some painkillers, not a lot, but some. You felt every stitch, and it wasn't pleasant, but you are at least back on your feet. The Nitu seems to have recovered fairly well. She's more conscious. She seems to be mostly alert, but she's still having some sort of like hanging on effects. So there you go. I assume you guys are wanting to move on. Or it's probably about an hour from darkness, like total darkness.
I'll ask. Yeah. How much further?
It's about 2-3 hours.
Oh, I should probably camp here then. Don't want to be going through the dark.
I don't feel like we can camp in this environment.
Well, probably
without tents or any protection or even any bed stuff, probably.
Were you just planning on carrying on through the dark then, or?
I expected we would arrive at about nightfall.
Is there somewhere there to stay overnight?
Yes, it is. There are places there which I will have to take you now that I did not wish to before. You must. And she basically begins to hobble forward. She knows that time is a wasting, and she makes lunch. And she's speaking to you. She's going like, "You must not,
Dawdle?
must not pretend to be devout. You will be seen through in an instant.
Okay.
I, for one, do not believe you."
Thank you for telling us that out loud and not letting him just do it.
Yeah.
Take a charisma check for me.
6.
She gives you the look of Captain fucking obvious.
Yes. That was the point.
Yeah. I thought you'd been scoring pretty good points for her recently. I thought, well, you're going to go, but no.
Trying to start a romance with the emotionally dead guy. The guy who literally cannot love her.
To be fair,
she
Nitus
doesn't.
are also emotionally dead, so that's kind of like
No, they're
works
very
out
cold
fine.
and calculating doesn't mean they're emotionally dead. They're just calculating.
And
They're
it's
quite
things are
cold.
emotionally dead.
You may think whatever you wish, but everyone is different. We've had this conversation before. Rutai can speak quickly if they want to. Okay. Alright, so you guys hack your way through the night. Can I have everyone make an endurance roll, please? This is for your exposure.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Reroll.
Uh-oh.
That's one better.
Is this physical or mental?
You can decide. It's you versus the element, I'm
Sticking
afraid.
with mental.
Gonna stick with mental.
Alright.
When it's suffering, how many minuses?
Minus
is it?
1. It's
Just minus.
it's minus
Minus
1 for
five.
every level of suffering that you have.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't get rid of it until you go to sleep,
Nice.
my dear.
15.
You have to take another one. 15? You're fine. Would you?
8.
You take 1 exposure. Currently, you so in this like darkness that's coming and the oppressive heat, you'd have emotions, do you?
Yep.
So with this oppressive heat that's coming in, and you being in the rainforest, you really don't like humidity, and it's kind of like that humidity that makes you almost feel like you're drowning. It's really way too much moisture in the air for you, and you really don't like it. Like
Very
at all.
uncomfortable.
Yes, you're very, very unhappy, but there is no meta effect just yet. Okay, what'd you get?
I got a botch.
You got a botch. Fuck yeah. What'd you get?
3.
Fantastic. You
Again, that
also
can't be
feel
possible. You can't take 3. You have 2 endurance, and you rolled a 2.
I really need to update these.
update them. Add your 2 to all of them now. Just do it now. Don't forget the number you had previously. So what did you actually get? 4. Either way, you couldn't
5.
pass if you rolled a 2 because you
Would
needed
have been
8
5.
endurance.
5.
You got 5. Either way, you failed. Okay. So for you having put your friend's face back together, actually not that great. You don't really like that, and it's really hot and humid, and it's just you get that horrible like swamping everywhere, and it's just not pleasant.
Everything's just stuck to everything else, and it's just horrible.
I know it's still technically in the rules, but I think a botch deserves something better. So you're going to take 2 points of exposure.
Okay. I'd like to say that I decided after hearing about these mental tricks they were doing, I decided to try it myself and it went horribly
You
wrong.
fucked it up.
Yeah.
You're like, rather than just like going through that kind of like physical thing where you just go over it and focus only on your body, you begin to focus on the heat. You're like, yeah, fuck you, heat, fuck you. Oh man, this heat's fucking me.
Yeah, I fought the heat and the heat won.
I fought the heat and the heat one. Yeah, so you take
That was
2 points of
impressive, Trevor.
exposure.
That was impressive. Did you just fit that in one?
There's only half of it.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, you take 2 levels of exposure.
Ooch.
And you take 1d4 damage. Your time is coming. You are mentally distraught from what you have just seen with Lola's face half being ripped apart. You are unsure, but you're feeling very comfortable about the fact that the father still has a staple in his hand and has refused to move it. All these creatures keep randomly attacking you. There's been fire everywhere and it's really fucking hot. And you really, really don't like these new 2. And to top it all off, it's getting fucking dark.
Yeah.
You are not having a good day, as far as you're concerned. Okay. Alright, you guys...
You're not having a good day.
You guys truck your way through... Yeah, you've only got 1 level.
I just took a point of damage. This is awful.
I think this is, you're the only person who's like basically died twice.
Yeah, I know. I did get shot by him.
I put the rape on the wrong person, didn't I? Just kill myself.
So I did get shot by him.
You didn't die though.
I didn't die. I
All
did get
passed
shot
out.
though.
You didn't get made unconscious. Yeah, I really put the rape on the wrong person.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
nearly did. I think I took
died
7 damage.
twice.
No, you've been made unconscious twice. If you died twice,
Yeah,
one,
sorry.
you would not be existing in this world. You'd be some sort of like a neck or something.
Sorry.
You'd be dead.
Sorry. I have been made unconscious twice, almost died twice, and I have the Raven trying to kill me.
Well, no,
Well,
he's not
He's trying to kill you. He's trying to sweet talk you.
He's observing you.
He just hasn't decided to kill you yet.
Yeah,
He's observing you right now.
he's observing, yeah.
You should deserve your enemies. Possibly. Alright, okay,
Off we
so
go.
yeah, you guys hit this thing and you're walking through at night. Does anyone have a particular problem with night? You're in a
I
jungle.
definitely don't. I have night vision.
Oh fuck you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, between you and the Niti, I mean you probably have like way better vision than she does in
I
the
hate
night.
the carrot.
You ate the carrot, you motherfucker. So yeah, you guys make your way towards this temple. Like, you see the temple slightly before she does, and you begin to like veer the group off that way. So I say temple, but as you arrive there, the trees thin out a little bit, and you've gone like down into the valley just very, very slightly, which has hidden most of it from the view during the time. You arrive there, and it's just ruins. I mean, it's a very big clearing in the middle of this kind of rainforest. It's clearly, there's a good, there's obviously been made clearance around the edge of this so that nothing can sneak into this particular. But it's just ruins to the casual observer. There are just broken down walls. I mean, one of them is very particularly high and seems to have had a point on it, but the walls around it have fallen down. There appears to be like vines and creepers all over it. In the darkness you can't actually see what colour they are, but there are a lot of them. You can see that there are like bushes and brambles everywhere as well, and there seems to be like one place where you think, hey, that looks like a roof, and then you realise it's not a roof, it's just a canopy of leaves and it's all just like dangling down on the inside. This is where you have arrived. It's a particularly big area. Let's say it's I don't know, 5 times the footprint of the land we're on. Okay, that's not huge. Alright, 10 times the footprint of the land we've landed on.
Cool.
Where can we stay then? Because there's not much we can do. Not going to go back tonight, I'm assuming.
No, there should be, and she seems to have come to a bit more than she had before. Obviously the walk and fresh air have done her good. There should be an entrance here somewhere in the undergrowth. I don't know how good you guys are seeing at night. I can at least look for it. I know of its rough location. It should be somewhere within the boundaries.
I can see fairly well.
Okay.
Do we want to split up and look?
It is up to you. I would not advise getting lost.
Okay.
And she looks very perturbed. She has entirely since she was being attacked. Alright, I want you to make a perception check. Anyone who's looking suitably for this, make a perception check. If you're trying not to get eaten, no.
I'm trying to just stay alive.
If we spread out slightly, I might kind of nudge you and kind of gesture towards like your pack.
Excellent. I have my pack, yes.
And within that,
Oh, right. I thought we wanted to get into the actual temple.
well, it's well, we just need to know that we just need to be able to find this location again. So we could just leave it out here. Because trying to track it being in a temple is probably harder for us to track it.
You would know that if it wasn't underground, if it was like hidden, it would be less easy to pick up than if it was on the surface.
Also, there might be people in there looking like who could find it out here. No one's gonna bump into it. I wouldn't have thought.
Okay, I pretend to look as if I'm searching, and I find a little shrubbery thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you because she's not looking for this. She's focused on trying to get.
Also, it's
into
very
this
dark.
temple. Yeah, it is pretty dark. Yeah, I mean, you could say I would assume you'd have some sort of torches or some sort of light and such light. It's not a great amount of light, but yeah, you would find something nearby. You probably like within the tree line rather than actually within the temple area itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can lay this down. It's no problem.
Okay, I lay down the bomb. Not the bomb. Not the bomb. Tracker.
And I got an 8 on my perception check.
You got a what?
8 on the perception check.
You got an 8. What'd you get? You got a botch. You sit down and think, fuck this. They're kids, they've got this. And you just sit down against the tree and like,
I thought you'd like find a tree and be like, guys, I found the entrance. And it's like, that's just a tree.
Or you just stumble into like a spider web in the dark.
Yeah, you basically just decide, you've done your bit, you've got her back on her feet, you killed the creature. They should do something for once.
I'm pretty pleased with my day.
Yeah. Remember not to have too much pride because that can lead to downfalls. So just gonna warn you. Alright, so you got an 8 and you got a 6.
Yes.
I'm still going to say that you found it because you have night vision and you don't.
Yeah, it's fine.
Torch or not, being able to see the broad area, you meandered around for a bit, and then that kind of the area I was talking about where it was it looked as if there was a roof, but it actually was just vines. You push your way through this and just ignore a couple of the barbs and stuff. I mean, you're hard enough, you don't give a fuck. So you just move it around, and you find like in the very far corner under some more like this overgrowth. You notice there's disturbances in this overgrowth, and you realise the overgrowth isn't real; it's artificial. And then you just kick it to one side, and you find a hatch. And yeah, you basically you find a hatch. It's large enough to get people through. Nothing much bigger than probably a particularly big Gendar. No, Gendar are quite small in this world. You could probably get an Iralisk in here. It would be a push. Or at least you'd have to spit on him a lot and then push him through.
Everyone spit on the Iralisk.
Oh dear.
Just imagining
I
this.
sometimes worry about what words come out of my mouth.
It's like this image of this earless like halfway down, it's like struggling, and everyone's going all over it.
To be fair, we did have a situation where we had to get the biggest member of our group out through a very, very tiny hole by spitting on him. I remember that distinctly. We did that.
Yeah.
That was genius. It's not the only time.
An episode of Winnie the Pooh.
Anyway, we go down, I guess. Moth.
So you open this up, and at the very bottom, you see this very small flicker of light, like a torch. At the very bottom, there is a ladder here, and the rungs are built into the rock, so there are no rungs to hold on to. They're literally hand grooves into the wall. And they're quite far apart for humans, because obviously Niti being much larger and much taller, they don't need to worry about this too much. But for you, they're quite a stretch apart, and it goes down and keeps going down, and you're pretty sure that torch flame should be a lot bigger than it is, or it could be really far away. And you're convinced it's really far away and not a really tiny flame. You have grasped the concept of far away a bit.
Is it really small or really far away?
Yeah. You've grasped this concept, you're pretty sure it's pretty deep.
Oh, they really need a better way in and out.
Before we go down there, I'll check with the guide, and it's safe to go down.
I shall go first, just in case.
Okay.
And yeah, she climbs down. Fuck her, she's going to make a climbing check like everyone else. So if you're climbing down, you are going to be taking a dexterity or a strength check, depending on what you wish to.
Neither are good.
But I might re-roll that. I'm going to re-roll that.
Yeah, she climbs down like she was born to climb down these. She even skips a rung or two.
Father, can you help?
I'll go second because I'm still
I
fairly
rolled
well
a
physically.
one.
Okay, wait a minute. So you're going second,
two.
right? So what did you get?
I got a 11.
Yeah, it's not easy, and you do have to take your time. Massively take your time. So she's already probably at the bottom like a good 10-15 minutes. I don't do feet. I don't really know how deep this fucking thing is, but it's really, really deep. It's really down in there.
I'm trying to keep this, like, kind of figure out how deep it is, because I know that we're eventually going to have to blow this up, so I'm trying to figure out how much penetration we need to blow this far.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. I can't give you numbers. I don't know how deep
No,
it
that's
is.
fine.
It's really deep.
Yeah, I don't need to
Really,
know.
really
I don't need to know the measure. I just need to know how big my character
I
would
would assume
figure
we're
out
just
a bomb. would be.
blowing up the ruins on the surface, not this.
You're about to find
It
out, I
would be
guess.
pointless to do that, but yeah, we'll see.
It's the ruins that are sacred, not the underground hidey hole, probably.
Unless this is actually, like, you know, where the monks are.
Either way,
Yeah,
it takes you
we're
a
about to
good. You land like a good 10 minutes after her, and it's taken probably about 20 minutes to climb down.
Okay,
Let's do that.
I'm going to stand just off to one side in case anyone else falls and wait to assist if they do.
All right, who's down next?
I'll go next then.
Alright.
And you,
I rolled a 1
I will
with
give
2,
you my
that's
prayer.
3. You give me my prayer. Excellent.
Pray for me, Father.
Pray for me, Father. Did nothing. Thanks, Father.
Oh dear.
My
I got a
stories
3.
are-
I'll scoop you up when you hit the floor.
Thanks.
The
All right,
problems
so-
won't go away today.
What's going to happen is that you begin to climb down, and you're in, you know, the painkillers are wearing off. You're in a lot of pain. Your face really, really hurts. God damn my face! And just as you think about it, you think like in the darkness where no one can see you, begin to like cry a little bit, like I got this brave face, but my face. And then just as you think about it, your hands like get covered in your own tears, and you're like, whoa! And you slip like halfway down, put your hands in because you're like, oh god! And as you scream that, you grab him like, huh, see, not so bad. And then your fingers just slip again, and you just fall down the wall.
I have to interrupt. I put on a brave face, but something ripped it off!
Oh dear.
That's beautiful. That's
Go
so
on,
beautiful.
that's worth a legendary.
Yeah, go on then.
Awesome, I have one.
Alright, yeah, so you
How does he get legendary points and I'm the one being mauled?
Because you had a witty rejoinder.
We're enjoying you being like beaten up
Yeah,
and
so
firing in
yeah,
this section.
you basically slip down, you know, and then slip out the next handhold. So you probably, I'm going to say you'd made most of the way down there, and then you basically drop, I don't know, what's a really uncomfortable amount to drop
50
from?
foot.
Well, I don't know, how high is
A
that?
bit more than
That's like 3 stories.
That's
I'm
like
gonna go
knees
first,
into
sorry.
your
It's
shins.
like, basically, you've jumped out like the first floor window.
About 10 foot.
Yeah, about, let's say 12, 15 foot.
Okay, 15
So yeah,
foot.
you basically fall off the wall completely. You take a good grazing as you go down as well. Like, oh god, oh shit, and then fall off again. You're at the bottom. You could attempt to catch her if you wish.
That's what you're there for.
What you said, literally what you said you were going to be there for.
Well, I said I'm standing to one side to mop them up when they hit the floor. Actually.
What? It's your choice. She is falling. You have enough time to react. You can catch her should you so wish.
I'll attempt to try and soften her landing.
Thank you.
Okay. What are you using? Don't just roll.
Strength.
Tell me what you're rolling and why.
Himself.
Well, actually no endurance, because I'm trying to kind of protect myself while doing it. So I'm basically trying to just kind of like, I'm kind of holding it to one side and trying to kind of like...
I'm sorry, that sounds like
deflect
BS.
her.
You have to roll strength. That was BS. I can't live with that roll.
Oh no, I'll have to use my modifier of 30 instead of 20. Okay.
That's fine.
In that case, 12.
12. You see her tumbling and you're like, I've got this. You step forward, cool as a cucumber, and you literally catch her two-handed, like two-armed, like out, and she like boom. You kind of like have to like drop to one knee a little bit just to like ease the fall, but you do in fact manage to catch her perfectly.
Superhero landing.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
didn't stick the landing at all. She stuck the landing, that's it, but you didn't stick the landing.
As soon as she does that, I was going to kind of go, what's wrong with you?
You notice her face are covered in tears. You know she's got like she's bleeding a little bit more from the scar.
I just had my face bitten off.
All right.
What do you think?
There's no need to throw yourself to your death. Come on, cheer up.
It's not just about your looks. I like if your mind.
Can I hit him?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can.
You are in his arms. He did just save your life. You can hit him if you wish.
I hit him for that remark.
Are you going to hit him or slap him?
Slap him.
Alright, you're going to slap him, then there's no damage. She hits you. She slaps you. She slaps you hard.
That's fine.
You got the sting of betrayal. Alright. Who's next?
Yeah, I would let the father go.
That's my charisma of 20. that works.
13. Yeah, you climb down, not too much of a problem. You take your time. You're aware that you hear like, oh god! Oh shit! Boom! At the bottom, you're like,
Both.
and you just continue climbing down. Alright then, Quinn.
I got 12.
You got a 12. Again, you take your time and you make it down perfectly fine. Alright, you guys are now at the bottom of the shaft. So I want you to make an explosive check. So you're asking about penetration.
That's right. I was. Would that be an explosives check? Yeah.
We're such children.
What? It's an explosive check if you're looking for penetration at the end. Yeah.
14.
14. Alright, you are aware that if you dropped a bomb on top of this would probably not impact the structure down here at all.
Yeah, that's what I kind of
Doesn't
figured.
matter what you drop.
Yeah. It's really far down there. And you can see that the walls are essentially stone. As you've been climbing down, you're aware of having slightly sandier stuff, and there's been some rock. It's now gone from like imported rock to actually just bedrock. You know, it's basically been cut into the rock.
Yeah, really.
Or it could be
sturdy.
cut in, and part of it's obviously some parts of it are like a natural cabin type thing. But you get this gist from being in here.
Okay.
So yeah, as you come to the bottom of this and you look across, you walk into this like man-made corridor, and you come out into this really big cavern. And the cavern in here has like 3 layers built into it. You can see the three layers, but you can't see how you'd get down to the next one because they all seem to have like staircases like built into the wall. And obviously some part of like this temple has been hidden. Hidden. There are walls and rooms in here and like different things you go and pray at, etc., etc. But as much as you look down, you can see there's a 3rd layer, but it's not directly underneath the other 2. It's as if there's a platform much further down. You're not sure from just looking where you currently are, just standing at the edge.
Does our guide have a face mask still, or should we take it off?
She's unwrapped her face.
I'll take mine off as well.
As you guys are down here, you find that the air is much more temperate. No, that's probably not a word. It's not
Comfortable.
It's comfortable. Yeah, it's still warm. You're still near the friggin' sun. It's still warm. Don't get me wrong. It's still uncomfortable, but it's nowhere near as bad as it is on the surface. And yeah, so you're basically looking out into this temple, 2 layers built within this cavern, and you can see how you would get to them and how they've been monitored. And there's another one much further down, much smaller, but you can't see any obvious ways of getting down there. There doesn't appear to be ropes or anything. At least this is what you guys see from where you currently are.
Okay. I'll just kind of like look around, kind of like impressive.
It's huge. I'm not going to give you a standard mesh unit because it just you wouldn't be able to understand it. It's fucking huge.
That's
There's
fine.
a lot. It's
Okay.
really big.
Can we see any other people?
Take a perception check for me. Yeah, yes, you can see people. Take a
Great.
perception check for me. You can see a lot of people. Most of them are Nitu. You can see a couple of Rutai here too. and you can see the odd Gendar, but nowhere near as many. Nitu seem to be frigging everywhere. They are all shapes, all sizes. Particularly on this top layer, you can see that a lot of people have blindfolds on them, and they appear to be training with weapons, and they appear to be like training mostly with hammers. Some of them have like swords and a couple of with like a scythe, but mostly just using hammers. And you know, there's a couple of like people who've been who have the blindfolds on. They're teaching those who appear much younger than them, and those younger ones don't have blindfolds. They seem to be perfectly aware of what's going on. You can probably tell there's probably about 100 Nito on this first level, and they're wearing very simple robes. They don't appear to be in a uniform per se, but they are wearing very simple things. On that top layer, you can also see where you would expect them to be living and you know, doing such like. The next layer down, you actually see that everyone on the next layer down, you can see a lot of them are wearing armour. So they are wearing, you know, again, it's not a uniform, but they are all wearing different types of armour to different varying degrees. And they all have what looks like a very standard type of hammer, and they seem to have something, you know, from a great distance you can tell that it's not just like a square block of hammer. It could have something probably carved or some sort of texture to it, but you can't tell what, you're too far away.
Okay.
And you can tell that these are wandering around. There are not a lot of them that are blinded on this level. They all seem to have their blindfolds off, and they seem to be moving around. Some of them do, don't get me wrong, but not a lot of them. And again, in that area you can see where like there's definitely a central complex there, but it's just from the angle you can't exactly see what. And on the third level down, you can actually see that there is in fact there's an opening with a staircase.
Okay.
You can see that because you've just created your perception and see it the other way, because it's very dark down here. There appears to be no light down there, and you can only really see like a single building, and you can see maybe 2 Nitu wandering around here. From where you are, there's definitely something on their head. You can't tell if it's covering their eyes because of the angle. And they both appear to be wearing the same thing. They're both very dark scaled, and they are definitely Nitu.
Okay.
There's no one Nitu on that bottom level. They're only Nitu on the bottom level, and that's what you see with your crit.
Are there any humans?
Not really. Probably maybe 1, maybe 2 on the top level alone. I mean, there's a couple of Rutai the second level down, but no, nothing more than that really.
Perfect amount for a secret hate crime.
You're going to kill the humans.
He's going to kill a single human here. He had a family. He had children. He had a wife.
Probably.
He had a mortgage he'd almost paid off. You bastard. Alright, what do you guys want to do?
This appears to be the temple.
Mm.
Did that hatch?
Did say.
Cucumber.
Yes.
Did that hatch look big enough for a reactor to come down? Like, how the fuck are we gonna do this if it needs to be this that blows up? Unless it's reasonable for a political statement just to blow up the surface.
I'm going to go with yes, but it would be a squeeze, and getting it down there would be a bastard.
Yeah,
It's
there'd be no
definitely
way.
doable. I mean, you've got like 3 or 4 inches either side, so it's not like you're going to be whacking against the wall every 5 seconds. You could get it down here.
Mm.
It just wouldn't be great. I mean, your ear disc is pretty big anyway, and he would probably fit down there.
Right. So we could get it down here.
It's possible for sure.
It'd be very difficult.
Yes. You probably wouldn't put it in the crate either. It'd be a lot easier to do it without a crate.
That would be very conspicuous.
Depends if anyone's here. There doesn't appear to be anyone guarding the entrance, so to speak. There's a couple of people doing patrols, sure, and they're walking up and around the different walkways. And there are a couple of coming towards you, but no one seems to be guarding the entrance or guarding the way down. You don't know how or why or for whatever reason. You haven't spoken to them, but that's the situation factors there.
Step 1 then, I'm going to turn to the guys. Is there anywhere to purchase clothing? For the trip home?
Expect so, yes. The first level is entrance to anyone who wishes to pay homage to Smay. I expect there to be somewhere you could acquire such garb. I shall be heading back myself shortly, once we've recovered enough.
I was going to say tonight.
Yeah. By light, I assume you mean?
Yes.
Yes.
It's fine, we can return with you at that point.
Is there a medical area at all?
Yes, I would expect so. Not as proficient as some of the other followers, for sure. But yes, there should be some. Some here could help you.
I guess we will ask around for someone who has some more specific information.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be any real idea of what's here. She just knows it is here. She goes off and meets the two guards coming up to chat, and they have a small conversation. You just hear a bunch of hisses, because nobody speaks Niti, right?
Nope.
Fuck yeah, yeah, just a bunch of hisses, and then they seem to like pat her down, and then she walks on. And the two Niti guards, both female, both carrying ritual hammers, but not really wearing any armour. They're wearing the ritual hammers with the second one down. And you can see now that you read the crit that there are definitely things carved into it, but written in Nitu. Some of it you're aware is written in some of the other languages, but you can't pinpoint exactly what because you can't read those.
Are they blind?
One of them is clearly blind. They've completely dispensed with the blindfold. They're happy to wander around with their eyes. Their eyes look like they are sunken in. So their eyelids are closed. They've been basically sewn shut at some point, and they've just healed that way. And they're sunken. They haven't bothered with anything on the inside. One of them is that way. The other one is obviously clearly very fine.
And the one that's blind, is she moving with the same ease the other one is?
Yes, she's moving with very determined growth. She knows where she's going. She knows what's happening.
Okay, cool. Go up and say hello.
And trade.
The non-blinded one, we'll call her Nitu not blinded. Actually, probably the easier way. The Nitu A and B is that way. We've already given them ideas. Alright, so the non-blinded Nitu kind of bows towards you, and you realise that her companion at her arm has followed suit. Just that kind of beat afterwards.
I'll bow in the same way back then.
Can we assist you in any way?
We were caught in the darkness. Would we be able to stay until light?
We provide much light and guidance here at SPICED Temple. Please.
Cucumber. We are weary travellers!
Do you have a
Stop
stable?
And listen a while.
Maybe stay and listen a while.
Stay and listen a while. We can provide light in the darkness, please. And she steps to one side, but then you see the blind one hold up her hand, and she's obviously not looking at you, but she turns her head towards you and directs her comments at you. Her grasp of trade is no, fuck it, she speaks English. Her grasp of English is very, very good.
Okay.
Wow.
And she says, "You do understand the need that we must search you all, yes?"
Sure.
Yes.
I just take my gun out and go, I've got this, and my knife, and just offering
She puts out her hands.
Yeah.
Where do we collect these?
You shall collect them from me once you return to the surface, or before you return to the surface.
I would warn you, we have quite a few weapons amongst us.
You see the blinded one smile, you sound like my kind of people, but the one with vision is like, oh, yes, they do have rather a lot, and they hiss at one another, and please.
I hand them willingly.
I'll load her up with all our weapons then.
It's like packs of bombs.
I'll just give her my backpack because it's got my bombs and stuff in it. I'll give her my flamethrower, my grenade launcher, my
Keep in my
flashbangs,
backpack.
my
They're welcome to
grenades.
search it. It's no weapons.
This is Rolf.
You
He does-
also name your weapon.
He doesn't need feeding. This one's Stapely, his friend.
I like the fact you have named your weapon. Rolf, please tell me of his story. And she reaches out with her arm, but she realizes she's overburdened with weapons, and then just dunks them on the floor and puts her arm around you. She just takes a little while to reach over you, and then she demands the story for Rolf. What are the rest of you guys gonna do? They have the pile of weapons dumped there.
Ask the other guy.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to ask the other guy. Is there a place where we can purchase clothing? We only have some rudimentary stuff to protect ourselves.
She looks at you I'm sure that we can supply additional. We will require recompense, of course.
Of course.
But yes, sure. Are any of you hiding any weapons?
No.
No.
I'll just have given up everything that I've got.
Oh,
Same.
would a Swiss Army knife be classed as a weapon?
You've said we can't use those as weapons in the past.
I said you can't, yeah.
because it's basically just a tool.
It's just a tool, yeah. You could fuck a bitch up with it, but
It would be about as
But
effective
they
as
won't
punching
want-
them, I guess, wouldn't
yeah.
As long as they're not interested in confiscating it. Then.
Yeah, no, they won't. They
Okay.
wouldn't confiscate
Then that's
that.
fine.
They're welcome
In that
to,
case, they pat you all down and find no secret weapons, and the sighted one gestures down. It's kind of like built-in ramp down to level 1. Are you going to give her the story of Rolf?
I could do.
Go on then. You have 15 seconds to impress me.
Okay, let's see. Rolf is named after a funny uncle that I had with 3 legs.
You're done. Take a social point. That joke is too funny.
I asked the sighted one, is there a medical centre anywhere?
Of course, you look like you have taken somewhat of a tumble in the darkness. Please.
Yeah.
And again, she gestures you down to the first level. So you guys travel down this ramp. The blinded one, after she lets you go, after talking about Rolf, she has a giggle. She doesn't quite understand the joke. The GM and me is laughing my ass off, but she doesn't quite understand the joke. And you see that she's picking up these weapons and she's taking them back into, with your keen observation. That she's kind of like bundling them into like a room. It seems to be very, very well segmented, and she's pulled out like a cabinet and realised the cabinet is too small. She's kind of like feeling the length of this fucking flamethrower. Like, well, that's not going on. And she reaches out, she just goes for the biggest box she has, and she piles everything in there from you lot. And you can feel that she's running her hands across the surface, and then she pushes it back in, and she continues to walk around on her own. Just continue to check up and down the path. The sighted one takes you to the nearest medical centre.
Excellent.
And they look at you a bit bemused.
Don't know what to do with humans.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't really know what to do with you. Your face has been stapled together, as far as they're concerned. They're not one with the healing. So for them,
They're not
it's
one
like,
with the healing. Okay.
yeah, they're like, well, your face is sewn back together. They're not really sure what else they can do for you.
Do it slightly better?
opening it up again.
Afraid to open such a wound like this would probably be more harm than good. You will always have those holes from the stitches anyway. Perhaps we should reduce the number. I'm not sure there's much that we could do to really help.
Is there anything you can do to reduce the scarring?
We could recommend... There's a plant you humans... Rebecca, I think her name. She said that there's a plant named aloe vera one could use, but I'm not particularly sure if that grows here.
It's okay. Thank you anyway.
You're most welcome.
I think asking a bunch of blind monks if they can make you more aesthetically pleasing might be kind of like missing the point.
They don't really see the point of faces so much together. They're really fun.
Yeah, warrior monks who can't see, make me pretty again.
I was trying to find somewhere. God's sake. It's not going to make me pretty.
This way, Quaddy, come on.
Shut up.
So you've received the very limited amount of medical care here that they could give.
There's nothing.
There's nothing they can do for you. You've already been patched up, albeit there's going to be some big ass holes in your face, but it's gonna scar like a bitch. Right. So what do you guys want to do now? You can acquire clothing.
Right, I basically just want like whatever they would. I'm not going to shop. Don't worry. I basically want gloves.
Yeah.
And I want whatever they would normally use to cover face.
Battle
Something that
glasses.
I can get to cover my face effectively.
Essentially, you find like some very basic robes. Again, probably the scarf you have is probably the best thing you've got because it allows you to see through it
At
and it
least
doesn't
on
stop
gloves.
your breathing.
Like
But
full
yeah,
hand
you can
gloves.
find some full hand gloves. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not great. They're slightly too big because they
They
need
do the
to
job.
like way bigger hands. But they'll do the job. You can pull them up and like.
I have rope. I can tie it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, by the time you put like your sleeve of your coat over, you probably do a good enough job, and you can all acquire those should you wish.
How much would
Yay.
they cost?
They give it to you for free.
Yay!
Fuck man.
And then I guess we just need
Yeah.
somewhere to rest.
Yeah.
We know where we are. We know where to come. We just need to head back to the ship and figure out what the hell we're going to do.
Can I rest in a place where I can see the fighters training?
Sure.
So I'm just intrigued how blind people learn to fight.
You basically, as some of them are fighting with hammers, but you notice that on their feet they're not. They seem to have one bare foot and one foot which is has a sandal. So you seem to notice that they tend not to move the foot which doesn't have any shoes on, doesn't have the sandal on, and they use the other one to like clack, and you kind of like begin to make an intelligence check.
Be a knowledge or intelligence?
Intelligence, please.
7.
Because you don't know about this, you're guessing.
Yeah.
You're deducing. 7. You deduce that there's a reason that they have 1 foot bare and 1 foot with a kind of like thing on it. You think it's to do with the sound.
Did I notice the blind guard having one as well?
No, she seems to be completely barefoot.
Okay.
But then she seemed very sure of the path she was walking.
True.
So she was very familiar with that.
Okay.
Alright, so you rest up watching the monks. Yeah, fuck it, I'm going to call them monks. Because nobody's asked what the fuck they are. You can see these monks fighting and you rest up watching that. What are you guys up to? Is anyone up to anything else? You are in the belly of the beast, so to speak.
Just gonna rest.
Yeah, just for now at least. Although actually, I'm quite okay, and I can see in low light and make out a lot more than most people could. I want to see if there's a bigger entrance or a better entrance, or if that is actually the only entrance up there.
How do you want to do that? You just want to look around?
I might just ask.
My God, someone is finally asking someone for information.
I'm going to find someone who's like, is there like a better entrance? That was pretty difficult, that one.
Who are you going to go chat to? Are you going to like grab a random need-to off the street? Are you going to find like...
I'm going to find a guard,
human,
somebody who looks like they're a
guard.
Or, yeah, a guard. One of the
Hang on,
people
there
that we
are a
met
bunch of
before.
fighting monks. Every one of them looks like a guard.
One of the people that we met before who approached us.
Okay, so you're going to go for blind?
Blind
or
Betty.
you're
Go for
going
Blind Betty, yeah.
Blind Betty.
Yeah.
Wow. Her...
Wait, that's a silly idea. I'm going to go for the one that can see, that uses these entrance.
What? Be better to talk to the person who can't see.
It would be better to talk to the person who can see.
Why?
Because they can tell you exactly where the bloody...
They can point
they
it
can
out.
Point
No,
it
but
out
they're
to
going to
you.
know it, aren't they? If like you're blind, you're going to know the place.
Well, you're
Not
not here to tell
necessarily.
me this stuff, you're
Wait, who are
resting.
you talking to?
I'm going to talk to the one that can see.
Okay, so you... Yeah, I've got, on this top level, there only appears to be about 4 people like carrying this ritual hammer. Other people are carrying the hammer, don't get me wrong, but these seem to be the particular ritual type ones. Yeah, so you find one the lass that you spoke to before, and she looks at you like, yes.
Sorry to disturb you again. I'm just wondering, is there a better entrance or another entrance that we could use to leave? The I fear the climb might be quite long for some of my companions.
Climbing your way into the light should be a long and difficult process. As should the path to darkness, child.
Okay, I mean, given that, is there another entrance?
Have you got a disabled access?
Take a charisma check. Justify a check to me.
Take a sin check.
Oh, so tempting just try and intimidate, but that's not very nice.
Don't.
You can, you're a dick, you don't give a fuck.
True.
Alternately, probably putting pressure on someone who could probably throw you into the abyss.
Yeah, the guard with the giant
But
hammer, you're going to try and intimidate her in her own temple.
I have 10 intimidate.
It's up to you, you can take whatever you want.
Just try and
Don't
charisma.
listen
And
to
a
them, don't
legendary
listen
point.
to them, don't listen to them, you are in the moment, what do you want to do?
Oh, I am going to...
I'm just listening for the screaming and the sound of someone beaten to death with a hammer.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm good at.
It's up to you, can take anything, justify anything to me.
My Christmas sucks, I use it all the time.
Yeah, we know.
My Christmas not bad. 3.
Mine's 2.
Mine's 3.
I'm actually going to use a manipulate. Manipulate intelligence.
Okay.
How am I using that? Because it's more
It's
than
like,
2.
that being in mind, yeah, but there must be like other ways to get supplies, like these.
I think like for more disabled people who want to find the light.
Like the near-death person who needs to climb
Yeah,
out.
we have somebody who is fairly seriously injured and had quite a fall on the way in.
I like
Wow,
guidance.
you're
And
going for the care aspect, aren't you? Like, please, bleeding hot, but look, she's dying.
That's why it's such a manipulation.
Yeah, but that would be charisma.
It would, yeah,
that'd
rather
be
than
charisma.
intelligence.
Roll charisma. Roll your manipulate charisma for me.
Oh, correct.
Crit.
Never
Nice.
mind. I was so worried about it, but no, correct.
I'll crit the motherfucker. Alright, she kind of... There is another method to climb in and out of the temple.
Have
There
like a
are,
stair lift or something.
for example, should we need to evacuate, not that we have ever in the 6-7
100.
millennia that we have been here and interrupted to evacuate, should we need to, we can. There is another entrance further down into the temple, so I'm told.
So you've never seen this entrance?
I have not, no, I am not of... I might wear the hammer, but I am not she who is justice incarnate.
So we would not be permitted to go down there?
There could... I know there has been exceptions in the past, sick, as you've mentioned. We've not been able to heal people, dignitaries of note. We could discuss I could discuss on your behalf to gain entrance out to ease your friend.
I mean, that would be excellent.
I shall see to it. It will take a few hours daylight at least. Is this acceptable?
Cucumber, I doubt they'll actually do anything for me. Things I can actually walk.
I know, but it's not really for you, is it?
I know it's not really for me, but that's not what they know.
Yeah, I mean, that should be fine.
Excellent. I cannot make promises on whether they shall accept my recommendation, but we can at least ask.
Of course.
She kind of gives you a half a bow and she goes off.
I raise an eyebrow and walk away.
She goes off into another building.
Well, that's that taken care of. I go and rest.
I'm going to ask one of the monks if he can show me a bit of the combat stuff that they're doing.
Are you asking a sighted acolyte or are you asking a blinded teacher?
A teacher.
You ask a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm interested in.
You're going to grab the
skill.
nearest monk, I assume. Or you grab the nearest monk. It kind of the creature kind of like looks at you and like tilts its head as you speak to it, and it just kind of clacks its foot a few times. It doesn't really answer you. I'm
gonna stamp my foot in sort of to see if I can communicate.
So you need to check for me.
Or a hammer to the face.
12.
Alright, between you and this monk who doesn't really understand a word you're saying, and you quickly begin to realise I don't speak a word of trade, you begin to like learn this strange little dance, and it kind of like at one point it reaches over and grabs like a training weapon and puts it out towards you. Do you take it?
Yep.
Okay. It begins to spar with you, and between you do this very strange non-communicative dance where they don't say anything and it can't see you. Between you, it seems to be like innately aware of where your presence is, where you're standing. It seems to block more blows than you kind of would ever have thought possible for a dude who was blind. But yeah, you learn a very basic step. Okay. I'm going to give you something for that because that's too fucking funny.
Brilliant.
I'm going to give you interpretive dance. You can do very basic communications, like sign language, with people that you don't know the language of. You're basically inventing like British sign language in space. Yeah, I'm going to give you interpretive dance. So yeah, you can basically generally have some sort of very, very basic communication with races that aren't your own. But only very, very basic. So should you be stuck alone with a need to, you'll be able to like ask where to take a whiz, or can you please feed me and not eat me, that sort of thing.
I'd love to see the interpretive dance of "Can I take a whiz?"
That's the pig dance. It's universally known across every galaxy in the world that the pig dance is what it is.
Once I've had a few hours of resting,
Yeah.
can I go looking for someone who looks like a fairly high-ranking person?
I think I already told you when you rolled before, you couldn't really see anyone.
Okay, can I go and find one of the guards then that can speak trade?
Yeah.
I'll go and find the blind. I'll go and try and find Blind Betty.
Alright, Blind Betty is. She's basically walking up and down the path that you came in. She's alone now.
Okay.
She speaks English.
She speaks English, yes.
Indeed, yes. I'm going to speak to her in English.
Okay.
Kiko, what was her actual name? I just made up Blind Betty because you didn't give her a real name.
She wasn't given one.
Could it be Blind Betty?
No.
It's
Okay,
Betty.
Fine.
No.
I'm just trying to think of how to
Steve.
like how to speak to her without knowing her name. I've been, hello, guard. Or monk.
Well, how about you go traditional, hey, how are you doing?
You won't know that you're
You
looking
don't
at her.
need to say a name when you meet
Yeah,
people.
but she's blind. I can wave at her, but she doesn't see that.
You can also start with, hey, how you doing?
Okay, I'll go, hello, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Are you speaking to her in common? Are you speaking to her
I'm
in trade
speaking
or
to her in...
in English?
Are you happy speaking English? I can speak trade if you prefer.
I relish the chance to use English. There is but one here. Her name is Rebecca.
Cool. I was just curious, why do you have all these people training here?
For justice.
So,
For meeting out her will. She
so
seems very confused why you would even bother asking that.
yeah. So from here, do you send them out to go and dispense
There
justice?
Yes, essentially. When we get a call for justice to be dispensed for those who break the laws of Smay and those of Serrano, we ensure that justice is met. We hunt them down and we just deliver justice as we must. What are you asking?
I'm curious.
Surely this is obvious.
Yes.
Are you not devout? Have you just wandered in here unknowingly? And she doesn't really go for her weapon, but you can tell she's beginning to tense up.
How would one join?
Thank you for bringing so much attention to us.
Yeah. You idiot.
You
So-
are devout.
Yes, to train here.
Smay calls you,
Yes.
just as she called everyone here.
So may I join the training?
You must
We were
have
specifically told not to do
a
this.
conversation with those of the smaller temples. They must recommend you to be sent here.
Thank you.
I'm just going to join Ennis and ask, do you have a justice mobile?
What's wrong with you
I
people?
don't understand the nature of your question.
It's like a vehicle that you sort of shoot
We
out
live-
of a cave.
She raises her hand. We live in much simpler times here. We live as much as the Nitu did when Smay first arrived here.
No vehicle.
No. I am aware that they have them such above, but with my state, I am pretty good at telling where people are, but not so much to drive a vehicle.
Good point.
I see all this
Apparently
going on.
parking is much nicer for those like me, but alas, not so much the driving myself.
It is when you have a blue badge.
Correct, yes. I think they may be blue. Yes, blue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what blue is anymore. It's been a while.
Mm. I know that feeling.
Are there any other questions?
No, thank you for your time.
You're something. And she meanders back on her patrol.
Oh my god.
We've got this.
Alright, what are you two up to? You've gone to Spice
I've
Guard, so you're waiting for
Spoken to the guard
the
and gone
others
back
to
to
return. Yeah.
I'm resting.
Alright, alright, so I'm gonna say you've had a rest period. Everyone take a endurance physical DC 8.
DC 8.
Crit.
Okay.
Crit, you reduce 1 level of exposure.
fail.
A crit, doesn't that need 2?
No, fucking.
if critting your bot gives you 2 suffering, critting your recovery should give you 2 as well.
Oh,
I'm a
You
harsh
rolled a
mistress,
D12.
what can I say?
DC 8 means
got
that's
big
what you
Hmm.
Yeah.
Snap.
7.
do.
Oh, nice.
No.
Sorry. What?
11.
What am I
11.
doing?
Right, so hang on, I've got
I'm
to go before. I
tired.
can't remember if any of you actually have exposure. I know that you've got 2 exposure.
No, you don't have
I've
it.
got 2 as well.
You have
Because
2
I-
exposure. So what did you get?
I've rolled a 12.
Yes, you nailed it. So you reduce 1 exposure.
Excellent.
So you're only on
I do
One.
not reduce my 1 exposure.
You do not use it. Did you get 2 exposure then?
I got 1 first of all, and I got another 1 for something else.
Oh, you should have taken 1d4 of damage. I didn't realise you were on 2. My bad. Doesn't matter, it's too late now, you've slept, so you get that back bullshit back.
Okay.
So what did you get?
Uh,
You don't have any exposure, do you?
No.
So you don't care.
Do we gain
I
any
have 1
points of
exposure,
health
but
for
I keep
sleeping,
it.
by the way?
So you go back to full.
Okay, cool.
I think most of you are only like 4 or 5 points off.
I was only 2 points away.
I need to make an endurance physical roll of DC 12, please. Actually, no, make it DC 10. Won't be too bad.
Endurance physical. Okay.
Yep.
5.
You still have your suffering, I'm afraid. I'm going to keep hold of it. It was only a few hours since you had your face bit off, so
Yeah.
it'll be a bit easier next time. But
No, it's a
That's
one.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
Does the MU stop
That's
you
a
from
one.
regaining?
Okay.
And
It doesn't.
No.
So if we're
That's a
resting, we might
Okay.
get points go back up.
we had this conversation
Yes,
3
that's
seconds ago, and the answer was yes.
I wasn't listening.
I
was
figured as much
concentrating-
since the nature of the question.
I was concentrating on
yeah.
Not
Alright.
use that
Right,
for it.
something
Doesn't
else.
matter.
So, the sighted Nitu meanders back to you, and she looks very apologetic. I'm afraid they declined. I myself do not even know where this entrance is. It's too...
Secret.
With the increased security we must bear in mind, we cannot just allow...
Increased security.
Yes, there was an attack upon our people recently at another temple of an old one.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yes, it was a shame,
Terrible.
and we are looking into this, hoping we can be the ones to dispense justice for our brother and dispense justice for those who worship worship the old ones as we do.
Oh, well, too right.
I hope you find that justice.
I'm going outside. I was going to make you roll like. No,
I
no,
saw
no.
your thinking of that.
My thinking of can I make you roll something to screw you over? I'm like no. I'm most apologetic, but she does appear to be able to walk. Yes.
I'm so tempted to break
Yeah,
your knees.
fine.
No, look, crunch.
You probably still need to climb out. They're probably you
Still
kind of
need
get
to.
this thing. It was a long shot in the first place, a
Right.
very long shot. But yeah, she comes back and apologises. Your guy, probably a few hours later, he has no emotions. Why are you getting angry at
My
That's
character.
Dev. It's Lola who should be slightly annoyed at Quinn, and Quinn never said the words out loud. So you can't be angry.
I can be.
No wedding division. So let's go back to the wall. Okay, so there is a wall between self and the character. It's the golden circle. Leave your domestic at home. That's what I'm saying. All right. So okay. So it comes. Oh, Briark comes back to you guys and indicates that it is in fact, as far as she's concerned, daylight outside.
Yeah, wonderful. We'll head back then.
I'm going to head back. Okay. Right, you guys head back, and I'm going to say the passes pretty much without incident. And you make your way back to the town. You can resupply your water and such like, but you're back at the town. Are you going to go back to your ship? Or are you going to...
Does the town have a better shop for clothing?
Yes.
I want goggles for the sand.
You may get goggles for the sand. Take a barter check, because you need to pay money for the ship, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I botch!
I
spend an enormous amount of money on these shitty little goggles.
Roll 2d6.
No way. 6.
Oh man.
9.
Alright, you pay 9.
9 cal.
9 Calvary for goggles.
Nine
That's 9
days
days of
worth.
rations.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
box,
give you
that
like,
should have been times 10.
no, I said just roll 1d6. I was doing a 1d6.
90.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step back. So you are on a planet which is basically dying. Everything
Yeah.
here.
To be fair, I still have
Very expensive.
83.
Hmm.
Pretty well off.
You're about to get paid like a couple more grand. Well, I think you get paid
Well,
600
if we do
Caloric
well.
for this one, I think. Okay,
So,
so
yeah, and I
yeah,
have
you
goggles
bought
as well.
goggles. You have fucking goggles. So are you guys going to go back to your ship, or are you going to continue, or was there any real more information you wanted at the temple before we bypassed
I don't
it?
think
Yeah.
there's
I'm
really anything else.
I'm
we could do.
already off to the ship.
You're already off to
I'm
the ship.
already walking.
Oh, okay. Alright, if there was no other meta or any other questions about the temple, I would expect you to anything else, but if there's nothing else, right, you make it back to your ship. What do you guys want to do?
I want to speak to what's his face.
Well, we all want to speak to him, I think.
Yes.
So find
Well, James really needs to take a whiz when you turn up, so he's round the corner, he's not in the ship at the moment.
I don't want to talk to James.
James is taking a whiz. Keith is with you. He doesn't seem to have asked any really
Creeper.
pertinent questions. And then
Doesn't seem to have
Crazy
existed
great.
throughout this.
that was the entire point of having Keith there.
Yeah.
He basically was a silent partner, enough to give the illusion that Mac was here, and then you still have a sniper.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so Cruiser is actually inside the ship. He's faffing around in the armory. You think he seems to be making repairs to things and helping you out. So what do you want? What are you going to talk to about?
Well, we've
What do we need to blow up?
we found the ruins.
Did you find the temple?
Yes.
There's a
Deep underground.
deep underneath the temple. There is a
Deep
group
underneath the
of
ruins
people,
is the temple.
the Smayanishas.
We expected as much. This is great news that you found it.
So is that what we need to blow up?
Yes.
The underground part?
Yes.
That will be
We
extremely
need
difficult.
to make a particularly big impact.
So we don't need to destroy it, we just need to make a statement.
Correct. That
Okay.
would suffice. The
Good.
requirements I have, is that's Kuzite power core you have. Must be evidence of this to remain behind, and there must be. I will stay with it.
Excellent. We've set a tracker.
We know
You
where it
don't
is.
intend to survive this?
No.
Oh, excellent. Well, that makes it easier then.
Do you need to make it look like a crash, or
We need. I would like. It has been suggested that it look like I planted this on purpose to make this happen, which is exactly what is going to happen. Yes.
Yes?
okay, we can take you there, drop you off with it.
To cause much damage.
To drop you down the hole.
There is a shaft leading down to the temple. If you push down
With the
engine core,
Hmm.
I think we could probably rig something up to explode at the bottom if you land. I imagine if you're not intending to survive, then the speed at which you land isn't really a problem.
Correct. As long as there is evidence of Kuzite and myself.
you may want to be away, or you may be disintegrated.
So I will need to plant, then detonate.
Yes. So if you were to push into shaft and stay on top,
How good in combat are you? There appears to be a lot of warriors down there.
He raises his arm, and you can see. Well, he raises his forearms, and you see that they're all over a period of time. He was at a sharp, but he's been spending the last couple of days purposely sharpening them, and they have a very, very keen edge.
Wonderful. So yeah, so we could probably get you down there. Doesn't appear to be guarded. They only seem to approach you once you're actually in the temple. So could probably lower you slowly enough to get the bomb into the entrance. You could probably leave it there, hack your way away from there a little bit, and then detonate. Sound like a
Gertrude
plan?
was correct. You are actually more competent than you first appear.
Wonderful. Now it's just a case of getting there without being a gigantic ship being noticed.
how strong are you? Could you lift core?
It wanders over to the core, the thing that's taking up half your cargo load. It kind of like looks left, looks right, so like puts its like razor sharp things like through the wood at the front, twists its arms and just lifts.
So you could drop it down yourself. We just need to get you and it there.
Yeah, so you could probably go down underneath it and just hold it above you as you climb down. Shouldn't be a problem. How tall is he? Is he quite?
8 foot.
Yeah, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem with your reach.
This sounds like a plan.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Time to execute.
You guys make your way. Who's flying?
I'll fly.
Right.
So if I'm just
So-
trying to think of the logistics of how we're actually going to do this. If we have him and the core
Drop
in the
him out
airlock,
of the cargo bay.
that's what I'm thinking. If we have him at the back of the cargo bay, we can just hover nearby and he can just literally climb out with it.
Yeah, just point out where the entrance is.
Because we could.
I can always drop out with him if he needs more direction or assistance in opening and going down.
Probably don't want to hover too long. It'd be kind of obvious if a ship's come in
We
that
can
close.
be in and out quickly.
Wouldn't the ship cucumber? Wouldn't the ship have a cucumber?
Does the ship have a cucumber?
I believe that the ship's equivalent of the cucumber is called bitch, please.
Every ship's equipped with a cucumber.
But no, I mean you can't just like randomly slice one and spa there in your ship.
No.
It's the point of the name is that the cucumbers don't exist anymore. So
They exist, just not really. You can say the word cucumber, as long as it's in context, I realise you're not doing it.
I know. That's not what I was trying to say.
clearly,
Obviously.
Does the ship have a
Would the ship not have some form of camouflage?
not like
It has a net.
It doesn't have active camouflage.
Yeah, it has a desert-coloured net.
it's not that advanced.
You can't go into stealth mode.
Aww.
You can't make yourselves invisible. You can't make yourself silent either. A ship makes a rather lot amount of noise.
Yeah, as soon as we go over here, people are going to realise we're there.
It's blatantly obvious.
There were ships doing passovers last time we went there.
Okay.
We do need to be careful.
Oh, in that case, you need to take a perception check for me. So I assume that you're looking out for that ship still.
No.
Alright, you see the ship, but you can't make any more details than you had before.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't make it.
Do I notice it between leaving the town and getting back to our ship?
Yeah. You notice it all the way from coming out of the temple. Sorry, you notice it all coming out of the rainforest, back into the city, back to your place. You notice it.
And does it seem to be following us particularly? Basically, would it notice our ship?
You get that feeling that it may be trying to follow you, but it's trying to do it in a very subtle way. It doesn't always it's not like on a regular schedule. It's like you'll see it like every 3 hours or something, and as you move forth, it kind of tracks with you. It's nothing. It's just kind of randomly here, there, and everywhere. But it's definitely. You think it's the same ship, and you think it might be following you. But this could just be you being paranoid.
Could we attempt to? Can we try and basically hide whenever it passes over, so it can't track us easily?
You probably can't do that in the jeep, in the buggy, because you're not driving.
No, I mean once we're actually back in the town, between walking from the town and back to our ship.
Take a sneak. In fact, you all need to take sneak checks.
Probably hasn't even noticed.
Yeah.
13.
Just be his
I think that'll
paranoia.
work.
Could just be his
7.
paranoia.
You crit.
13.
Alright, go around left. What'd you get?
Correct.
Nice. What'd you get?
7.
What'd you get?
13.
8.
Alright, well, Keith botched. So that instantly knocks
Damn it,
us
Keith.
2 out. So is that 2 above 10?
Yeah.
You got a 13, you got an 11.
I got a 13.
No, I got a 13. I got a 8.
13, 8, and
I got a 7.
Crit.
7.
Got a crit here.
Yeah, we got a botch from Keith.
Yeah. So.
Keith fucked it. Keith really did fuck it. You don't think you've hidden. You're pretty sure that you've managed to hide, and you don't entirely know where the father went. He just what the fuck is that guy? But Keith's just like standing at the open, like what the fuck you get? It's just a craft. Relax. Don't worry about it. He just keeps walking on. But you're pretty sure that he's definitely been spotted, and you're pretty sure that these two have been spotted. You don't think you've been spotted, but it's a plane. It's had a lot of time to fly. By the time you hear it, it's probably already seen you.
Yeah.
Wait, why have
you're
I
not
been
convinced.
spotted?
Because you got below 10, didn't you?
No, I got
I
13.
Oh, okay, in
Yeah.
that case, you're fine.
Yeah.
You think you.
Those,
So far as he's concerned, he thinks you've managed to hide, and so
Yeah.
far as he's concerned, these two have fucked it up.
yeah.
And Keith has definitely fucked it.
Okay. I was about to say, I've got over 10. Why am I being spotted?
Sorry, I hear a load of numbers. Like some people passed, some people failed. Oh, I don't know
Anyway.
what's going on.
we go back to the ship. We have that conversation, and we execute.
All right, so
We progress.
you guys fly your way to what? Who's flying? You're
I'm flying, yeah.
All right, so you're flying. I need someone on communications to track the beacon.
I'll go on communications.
All right, you both make rolls, please.
I'm going to try and keep it as low as possible as well, to try and avoid getting. That's not particularly
I
great.
mean the roll to be low.
Yeah, I was deliberately trying to roll low. That's the thing.
11.
Okay, you definitely hone in on your own beacon.
9.
A 9. You're finding it a bit of a struggle. There appears to be a sandstorm coming in.
Okay.
And you're finding it difficult to keep the plane level, but you do manage to make the trek towards the rainforest. And how close are you getting to it?
I basically want to try and hover over the ruin so that they can just jump out and be as close as possible.
Okay. As you make your way there, and you're having struggle with this, and you're aware that there's a sandstorm coming in, and you want to get as close as possible without. Are you going to hover over the top of the race?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's broad daylight.
Yeah.
Okay. Wicked. And we will come back to that next week.
Okay.
Hovering in a
In broad
sandstorm, mostly
broad-
sandstorm coming in over the top of your beacon and over the top of the ruins
In broad daylight.
in broad daylight with Amnesia about to jump out carrying a bomb.
Irrealistic.
Sorry.
It's completely different.
Dude, it's like 11 o'clock. I've had 4 hours sleep. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're going to call that quits tonight. So this is where you guys are going to be hovering. Next week is going to be a bit different because hopefully we should have Thirsty back. Woo! But unfortunately, we're missing Lola and Quinn, who are both off, pretending to have a life or something. We don't really know. Moving. See, having a life sounded way cooler than
it's not
moving.
really having a life.
But we do have a guest next week, so we'll be running the one shot I specifically designed for Mac to explain where he currently is. So it's going to be fun. We get to meet some of our old characters from way back in the day, and that's always
I
going to be
don't
good.
get to play my old character.
You don't. You get to play your old character, and Killer Kitten doesn't get to play Kara, which kind of makes me sad. But we do have a guest in who knows me pretty well, and Kara is basically me, but far better at shit. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably it. Right, so let's start left and go around, and we'll do the traditional wrapping up bull crap. So we'll start with you, Karan.
Okay, yes, Karan, aka Joe Shuri, and yeah, it was quite a laugh. It's nice to have Rolf out again to just go there and
I like how Rolf now has a bit of a backstory.
And Rolf has a nice little story that's going on. Yes, and Tepit did a few weird things as he often does, because that's
keeps
just
it
how
going.
he
You now
rolls.
have a very strange, intimate way with the
Oh
mods.
yes, but yeah, I can dance and communicate with
It's just
people.
too funny. It's just too funny
I
because
love
we had interpretive dance for another character. I think Tim had it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Tim had interpretive dance, so he had the equivalent of sign language. So that was why I brought it up, and it was just too funny not to give you. So. Alright,
Yeah,
so
that was awesome.
okay.
Yep, you can find me at jqs.org.uk for all details about cast, crew, story, etc. for Betrayed. And you can also follow me on Twitch at Corone_BTP.
We can find you on Twitter at Corone_BTP, not Twitch.
No, on Twitch.
Oh, you're on Twitch too! Oh, no, of course you are, yes.
Yeah, on Twitter I'm Jay Shuri.
Oh, no, I thought everyone had fallen into the trend of _BTP.
No, because otherwise I have loads of Twitter accounts and it gets
yeah, it's fucking annoying. And where else can we see you on the internet?
Oh, at bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk, because I am now a puppet.
Yay! And where can we see you else on the internet this week?
On the internet this week. Oh, you can see me tomorrow actually.
There we go.
You can see me between 10 and 2
channel.
as we launch puppet gameplay.
We're playing Super Mario Brothers tomorrow, aren't we? I'm so excited for this.
Yes, it's,
So excited.
I'll be more awake tomorrow.
Yeah, we hope. Alright, moving around the table.
I am Tech Puppet. I'll be playing Ennis tonight. You can find me at BTP_tech. Tech_BTP.
Tech_BTP.
Tech_BTP. That's the one.
Wow, we have one person who normally fucks up and that dude being thirsty, but
That's fine.
that's moved over to you.
And also you can find me at bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk. And you can also now find me at gvstudios.co.uk if you have any IT needs or want to talk about tech things. You can catch us there. Yeah, awesome session tonight. I managed to get bailed out nicely by lots of people from trying to have conversations. Didn't work, but
I think my favourite bit with Ennis was catching Lola. I just have this whole whoosh Superman pose I've got this. Oh yeah. I have a beautiful girl. I'm like, wait, she's scared to fuck.
Also, I
got my performance statement.
Also, I got to build, or got to use my flamethrower.
You did. That was cool.
And I'm very tempted to craft a Phantom of the Opera mask for Lola when we go back to the ship.
That'll be rad and stuff.
I'll actually use my steampunk.
Over to you.
Alright, we're going to move on round before Killer Kitten actually, channels her inner Lola. That we're going to need a conversation about the Golden Circle again, I think. So anyway, on to Killer Kitten.
I did not enjoy being almost killed.
I saved you.
Thank you.
Death is a real thing here.
And I do not enjoy being referred to as Quasimodo.
She's
By
not. I think
Ennis.
that's a lie. I think you find it quite funny, really. So, any particular high points today?
Think hard.
That's not a very nice thing to do.
No, it was a fun session, but it was just sort of there's not been very good things happening for Lola right now.
I feel that. It's it was a great session, but I feel really bad because Lola feels really bad.
Yeah.
I had no qualms. I apologise at the moment now. I don't give a fuck. I think it's funny. So, You're welcome.
But yeah, I'm Killikitten and I was playing Lola, and you can find me at Killikitten21 on Twitter and on Instagram.
Wicked. Moving on.
Hi, I'm Dev. You can find me on Twitter at dev_BTP and at bloodthirsty.co.uk and on this Twitch stream, obviously. I've been playing this guy and yeah, it's really cool. I got to shoot something. I got to use my emotionless fun and talk to people and plan. And we're going to blow up some innocent people who just want justice.
Excellent.
You can stop him. I'm just going to throw that out there as,
Why?
as like a thing.
Then we wouldn't get paid.
You can stop him. I mean,
Nah.
it doesn't matter if you get paid. You guys are rolling in it. I think one of you has a fucking estate somewhere.
I have 46 cowbrick.
Okay, you have some money. There's no reason.
Well,
you
the
you
ship
are-
has a lot of money.
I'm throwing it out there. Should you wish to stop him, you can.
It would be quite funny if we say we've set it to explode and we actually haven't. So he just goes down there. I've got a bomb. Oh.
I get the feeling he'd still slaughter a lot of them on his own, though.
Yeah, but equally he wouldn't blow up the entire settlement,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be our fault if he couldn't do it properly.
But I'd prefer to be paid.
Try and find a
Yeah.
scarecrow
No,
or
you still get
something.
paid.
Try and find a scarecrow or something, dress it up in his clothes, and then throw him down.
No, I meant just sent him down there with the bomb. And
Yeah,
just
I know
don't
that
arm it
bit,
properly.
but alternatively,
But then you still wouldn't get
These
paid.
lovely, wonderful moral crisis I throw at you.
Well,
I'm
no, you
very
would still
happy
get
to
paid
go
because we've
through
still
that.
done our part. We sent him down there with a bomb just because he screwed
But
up.
the mission failed, therefore
Yep.
we don't get paid.
If it
Yeah.
fails, you know that if it fails.
If it
We
fails,
get
we
paid.
don't get paid.
Yep.
you
You
need
need
move
to
around
go.
the table.
You
I'm
go out.
tired.
Yeah.
Because
you're tired.
I really, really, really need to pee, so this will
But this
probably
dude's
be
already paid us.
as brief as I can
Huh?
get.
This dude's already paid us.
No, he hasn't.
No, it's
He
not. You
does.
don't get
No.
paid.
We already got told that this is the guy who's paid for the job, who is about to die.
Yeah, but you haven't
don't get the
had
money.
the pay.
Huh?
You haven't had the pay.
No,
So
but
if you don't complete the mission, you don't get
oh,
paid.
fine.
Anyway, so moving on. I'm Blood's Puppets. You can find me on Twitter at AA_Unola. You can find me here on Twitch. On this channel every Friday night with these guys. Every second or third Saturday of the month when we're doing gameplay. Also, in 2 weeks' time, you can find me every Saturday or every Sunday morning, 2:30 till 5:30, playing Wild Chaos with some of my Adventurers Anonymous friends and a couple of their friends. You can also get Adventurers Anonymous on Mondays because that drops and that's really rad and really fun. We're also recording on Monday, so amazing. You can find me on Tuesday on Scareguest channel doing Lord of the Rings, and you can find me Sunday evenings on Counter Roleplay where we do table talk, and we've got a really cool and exciting guest this week, so awesome. Need to thank Kevin MacLeod for the music for
You're the man.
Incompetech. For all the music that you've heard in the first part of this session and during the break, because I forgot to turn it back on the second time.
Oh
One
no,
day.
we didn't
One
have
day.
the light peril.
We didn't have I have heavy. Yeah, we didn't have heavy emotion going on. For me, that was just fun because I got to attack you with creatures. I almost killed a person. I'm really sorry about that. Other than that, it was really fun, and I got to give interpretive dance as a perk. How often do I get to do that? That was just amazing. All right. So other than that, time at the bar, bitches, and catch you later.